want to welcome you on board if you are just coming on. It is a Friday program with a hard talk. Hard talk Friday program. Good afternoon or good evening to you according to the British Greenwich Meridian time. It is after 5, 9 past 5 in the United Kingdom. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We call it hard talk, a street one. Hard talk, a street one. You know, I want to recognize all of you as you are coming on board. I can see you. Yes. Good evening to you guys. Good evening. Good evening. We have quite a huge name coming on straight away. So it's going to be a bit difficult to... Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please like and share. This is a program that affects in and out of everybody in the United Kingdom, everybody in the UK. So it's a program that I have great interest on. And it's not only me. The parastatals and the stakeholders are having close eyes on this program today. So they are going to follow us on. The video will probably be lifted after. They will copy and paste it after when I finish. And those experts in the field of social media arena will probably put it back on WhatsApp the way they do it for me without me even knowing that a lot of people are working in my interest without stressing myself to copy and paste on WhatsApp. So I want to applaud you. I want to say I love you all. On this platform, I love you guys. I love you. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Balogun Bukola Akinde is watching. Thank you. Beautiful you. Grace Adelaya, Alimat Abdul Karim, Olubukola Love, Ma Sesi, I love you too, dear. Alimat Abdul Karim, thank you. Grace, thank you. Oluwakemi Kemo, Arirume Ashiro, hi there. Fred Jimmy, Oni Ide, Mrs. Sekpeme, good evening to you, madam. Ma Sesi, good evening. Ebun Oluwa, thank you. Yenike Igi Oladeji, Shina Golam Laha, good evening to you. Sukrat Abib Fawaz, good evening. Ashada Julie, good evening. Flor, Mrs. Sekpeme, Miaz Abola, Adebola, Fred Jimmy, Miss Bola Omiyale, Oluwakemi Kemo, Ọlọ́run Ẹ̀san, hello sister, hello dear. Kelly Choose Sunshine, Olori Agunbiade, thank you. Oluwakemi Kemo, His Royal Highness be favor, thank you. Jesus Sheun Àdúrà Gbemi, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ewéadé ọmọ Aláṣàbí, good evening to you. Ewéadé ọmọ Aláṣàbí, good evening to you. Abdul ID, nice topic. Thank you. Abdul checking in from Florida. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to those who are on board straight away. We have 100 within a minute. We have 100. But please like and share. Like and share. This is so important to the heart of the government, the parastatal, the stakeholders. So let's move on smoothly. Let's move smoothly without any hindrance. First of all, glory be to God in his highest. I want to cover all of you with the blood of Jesus because without God, it is impossible for me to work. So I want to use this medium to say thank you to God for every opportunity that I have to see you guys again on the platform and to do things on another day, on another platform, in a new style, in a new dimension. Every day, every moment, God equipped me with wisdom, knowledge, who to have contact with and what to do and how to move forward. So I want to say thank you to all of you on this platform, and I cover you with the blood of Jesus. As we are starting this program, you and I will not regret doing this program. You and I will not cry over our children. You and I will not have problem. No fashion weapon formed against us will prosper. Let me hand you over to the capable hand of my angels in heaven. They will shower you with the blessing and cover you with the protection that is most high in heaven. Let's go straight into the topic because it's a topic that is affecting the stakeholders. They are interested. They want us to talk about it. So we need to move it smoothly. We have covered everybody with the blood of Jesus. We need to start talking now. You know, without taking your time or taking my time, it's a beautiful Friday evening here. It's not the last Friday of the month. There is another Friday next week, but it's beautiful here in London, United Kingdom. I'm looking closely, and this is not only in my power, with the assistance of, you know, I want to say with the assistance of big guns in the arena of making policy and laws, you know. It's going to be hard talk. So get yourself ready. If you can take it, you stay. If you can't take it, quietly leave without making negative comments. because the video is a lot of people are interested to take the video away after when we finish this program. If you are interested, just stay with us and let's carry on and debate it and talk about it, what can be done. The death toll of black boys in the London arena of among the blacks community is now getting increased, immensely increased, and it's as a result of knife crime in the UK, you know, among black men. People have been saying that they have been disproportionately being stabbed, you know, and killed in the capital. But suggestions and statistics and evidence is showing that majority of them are happening as a result of black against black. So it's as a result of bullying, gangs, or any other things you want to mention. So ladies and gentlemen, the questions and what we are receiving from out there is that how can this thing be curbed? There is an adage where I come from in my Yoruba tribe that says that charity begins at home. Ile Latin ko Esyorode. Some of you will have seen some of the videos done by the police authority in the UK where a black man and a Yoruba policeman was used to address his community. A black man, Yoruba man, was used to address his community in his language so that we can see a way forward to calm the problem down for a solution, to decrease the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, if you can't join us, I wonder where else you are going to be. Because this is an important and very educative topic that is so immensely important to the government of the United Kingdom, to the police authority, and of course to the Home Office, who the Secretary of State is in charge of providing the money for them to take care of all the situation in this manner. Home Office Secretary of State is not only taking care of people coming into the United Kingdom, he also oversees the situation on crime in the UK, and as a result of that, he controls the police authority in the United Kingdom. Men and women that are out there, I want you to just let us cracking. We are on a WhatsApp of 07908 628240. We are on a WhatsApp of 07908 628240. You see, it's a major problem, and it's been on and on for a while. A lot of people are asking questions. How can it be controlled? What can be done? But believe me, it can't be controlled. And the only way to control it, as they said in my language, charity begins at home. Ile Latin Kesyorode. Most of the teenagers in this country are killed through bullying, you know. And some people are saying that they are killed through bullying because they are being bullied from school. But there is nobody to fight for them. There is nobody to speak on their behalf. And as a result of that, it's immensely important that the government is now asking everybody to take care of their community and see whether we can address our community on a daily basis or one-to-one to now see how to control the problem. The crime issue is now taking tolls on black teenagers. The UK knife crime takes toll on black teenagers. The statistics is saying young black and ethnic teenage boys disproportionately affected as both victims and perpetrators in London. You can see the English as both victims and perpetrators, which means that they are killing each other, they are fighting each other, they are doing it to each other without anybody from other race getting involved. So it's not between white and black, it's between blacks. There is a video I was looking at. That video, I have seen it on one of these guys on Facebook before. And that video, I saw it again today. Somebody sent it to me. That video, that is how it started. Bullying, bullying, bullying. That is how it started. In that video, I basically, let me see if I can look at the site of the person that I saw it from earlier on. You know, because the problem is that when bullying starts in that manner and there is no one to control it, to stop it, then it becomes a major issue, a major problem. The point here, thank you, Mr. Adewale, thank you. The point we are trying to make here is that a young lad is going to school, another young black mate of his caliber or possibly a year or 2 years older, ahead of him and walked towards him. The next thing I saw in that video, if I am not sleeping, I don't know what the argument, I don't know how it started, but I discovered that the other black guy banged the boy, small boy, on the head from the back, pushed him. And that boy was crying. There was no help, and it was videoed. It was recorded. Of what use? The person that recorded did not fight for him. So what did you gain in recording it? It's nonsense. Now, that kind of situation, if care is not taken to control it and it's left the way it is, that boy is going to become a victim. Because the perpetrator is the person that is beating him unnecessarily. Now, this is a young boy that just got into secondary school, perhaps in year 7 or year 8. But I'm sure he will be scared to come to school because he knows that he's going to be bullied. The problem here is that, let me now take it to the next stage of it. Parents, what are the parents doing to assist in this kind of horrific situation happening within the black community in the United Kingdom? That is crucial. That is crucial. The video I saw that I'm looking at again is the police officer addressing his black community, Yoruba community, and telling them in Yoruba language that please, he's telling them in Yoruba language that parents need to encourage their children and educate them, and perhaps to avoid being single in a manner of not letting the children or the child see his father or her father. A child will possibly want to have a role model in his or her life. And as a result of that, when the father is involved in their life, the father will have the opportunity to shout at his son and say, listen, don't let me find you out there. By the time I come back, you have to be in the house. But if the mother makes the same shout, he won't go far. It's not going to go far. So ladies and gentlemen, please like and share this video, and let's crack on straight away. The teenage death in the United Kingdom among the black community is taking toll. Join me on 07908 628240. What can be done to correct it? What can be done to ease it off? A lot of women don't have time to care for their children. About a few days ago, I was going up. No, a few days ago. I think it was a Halloween night. On Halloween night, that was 31st of October, I was going to the house from my office. As many of you will know that my office is situated in a very high street. That very night, there were lots of teenagers at that night because I worked late sometimes and I was going home about 7, 8 o'clock. Those teenagers were in school uniform. 31st of October, this very year, just only a few weeks ago. Now tell me, what would have made them to be around at 8 o'clock in school uniform? Now, the point I want to raise to you is that they were now throwing that whatever noise you are calling it, the Halloween thing that makes noise. They were throwing it, bam, bam, bam. And that thing was making hell of noise. The police were going around. So the police made arrest on that day. I was coming down from my office and I saw the arrest. And I told the police that they should proceed. Yes, the police made arrest on that day. And I said, yes, proceed, officers. You were doing your job. Because the police pushed them to the wall and start searching them and checking them. The reason why the police stopped them, the police is not saying that they shouldn't walk peacefully on the street. The police were saying that, why would you be using that bisco or whatever noise it is, yeah, that Halloween thing, to scare people that are passing on the street, coming from their work, going to their homes? Why would you be using it to deter them, to scare them, to make them not comfortable in their own street, on their own street? So the police were pushing them, not in a hard way, but I mean the police were searching and checking whether there is any illicit weapon in them. You know, the police were checking. I was closing office that night about 8 o'clock or even after 8. And I remember vividly that I said it from my mouth. I said, officers, go ahead. You were doing your job. Because if there is an appropriate adult in the lives of those children, somebody will have called to check where they are at that time. Majority of the parents of today's day don't have time for their kids. The life of work is longer than the life of human. The most situation things that I noticed again is that the police commented on that day in the Yoruba language. The man said, the police officer said in Yoruba that it is a high time that mothers allow the absent father to involve in the lives of their boys. The impact of boys, impact of father in the life of boys is not what you can bought in the market. The impact of fathers in the life of boys is not something that you can pay for in the market. It cannot be bought. Don't stop us from saying what we are saying now. We want to correct things, okay? Please. It's an impact. It's important that we look into that area. The impact of fathers in their lives is important. Absent fathers should find a way to involve themselves in the life of their boys. Majority of those boys outside that were interviewed or interrogated end up saying that they have no father and there's nobody to look up to. And the woman alone cannot do it by herself. She's got to go to work to provide for the needs of that child. And even if she doesn't go to work, she's on a welfare benefit. At the end of the day, it basically means that she's on her own struggling. If she has 2-3 boys, then it's going to become an issue. So it's a statement that we need to look at carefully. It is not an abusive statement. And regardless of what other people is having in their mind as an opinion, we're not looking into that at this stage now. We are looking into safety manner. We are looking into adult responsibility. And we are looking into a strong, safe environment. If the police can do the program, I can do it. I can do this program successfully without any problem. So I am asking your opinion on 07908 628240. What do you think? What do you think went wrong? And how do you think it can be corrected? It's an issue that is bothering the stakeholders, affecting the environment, the community. The parents that were affected are not laughing. The parents that were affected, they were not laughing out there. So I think it's a hard talk and we need to talk it seriously. The statistics is showing that according to police figures, knife crime rose by more than 1/5 in the UK last year. Knife crime rose more than 1/5 in the UK last year, with 1/3 of the recorded 37,443 offences involving a knife or sharp instrument taking place in London. A knife or sharp instrument taking place in London. Now, let's move on. Black and minority ethnic teenage boys and men were disproportionately affected, as both victims and perpetrators are in the city mayor's office in London. They are in London, which means that they are in the heart of London. Now, it's basically saying that it's recognized that there is a disproportionate number of young black males that are getting stabbed and unfortunately being killed. I don't want to mention, but according to the Superintendent London Police Chief, he said it to the news, the gangs don't necessarily follow racial groups. Some can be very multicultural, but as a rule, it's becoming more difficult now. So they are finding the biggest threat to a young black male, indeed. So the biggest threat is going through is the young black males. Ordinarily, this month gone in November, this month, it has not even gone. I'm not going to mention the guy that was stabbed in South London. A 17-year-old guy was stabbed to death in a South London park. I am not going to mention his name for Data Protection Act. Do you understand? A 17-year-old was stabbed to death in South London. So 4 months on, the police have appealed. They still haven't got the perpetrators. They haven't got the person because everybody are getting scared to come out to say, I know who did it. Because if you come out and say something, then you are going to be in problem. So at the end of the day, Whether somebody wants to accept it or not to accept it, that's down to you. Opinion, you are entitled to hold it. Here today for the purpose of this program, to take it forward and for us to rub minds together to get an important answer to it. How can it be done? What can we do? What can we do? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you haven't joined us, please like and share. And let those who are just coming from work, because I know we just started and we're already 200 plus viewing it. But we need more people to share programs with us. We need a lot of people to share it, because that is the only way other people can get to know that we are talking about an important topic affecting the community, and especially Black community in London. Now, another video was sent to me. I'm not going to show the video. The video is horrific. Thank you. You understand? That video, it was horrific, to be honest. The video was sent to me. I looked at it, but I could not comprehend exactly what to say and put it together, because I saw live knife at the back of that young guy. He was stabbed, and everybody was rushing to him, because nobody can take off that knife. Taking off that knife possibly means that the blood will gush out and it will affect the vein, and possibly he can die from it immediately. So before the police would arrive, before the ambulance would arrive, it was almost 10-20 minutes, and he was losing blood. In one of the Black community, I cover you with name, but it's one of the Black community in East London, but I cover you with names. I won't mention the name of the community, but it was a terrible one. They sent the video to me, and I could not stand to watch it. I look at it and assess it, and I realize that it's terrible. It's totally terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are saying, I saw one this morning. Oh my God, very scary. Yes, I saw it too. Continue saying it until parents listen to your advice. You are giving us. Thanks, Mr. Tunde Olajide. Thank you. Kingsmead Estate, somebody is saying, I saw it too. A lot of people were saying it. Ewe Ade Omalashabi said, I saw it too. Caroline Febishola said, I saw it too. You know, Oluwakemi Kemo said, yes, I saw one this morning. You know, somebody is saying that he's still on his phone. He saw it. You understand? People see it. It happens. It happens. It's not a made-up story anymore now. It's gone are the days that you can come up and talk things that are not real and just want to make it up. No, not anymore. There are facts and factual things happening out there. And as a result of that, it's about time. It's about time that we address this in our society. It's about time. You understand? I even got the video from my husband that he sent to me, you know, from his family group. You know, they send it to me as well. You know, a lot of people send the video to me. They just want me to have a look and talk about it. But in conjunction with what the police have done recently, I think we have every right to talk about it, because the police are now worried, you know. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for somebody who is bold, who is courageous, who can tell us exactly how to move forward, what the society needs to do, the impact of parents to assist in this manner. We're looking for somebody. We're on 07908 628 240. You are educated, you are not illiterate. So let's talk about it. It's as simple as ABC. Let's talk about it. I'm looking for the videos I was sent lately, you know. I'm actually looking, because you know I got thousands of videos every time, so it makes it so difficult sometimes to get hold of information quickly. As soon as people receive, they will not stop sending me. People will not stop sending me. As soon as they receive, straight away, the Tokunbo Olagbaye is the next person they want you to have it and talk about it, you know. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, dear.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, Lawyer Tokunbo. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to contribute to your program this evening.
Okay, okay.
And thank you so much for bringing this type of program.
Thank you.
In my own opinion, I think it is a very complex topic we are dealing with this evening. And I've got a lot of reasons, but I'll make it short. the number one issue is civilization. You know, when we all left our place of origin, Africa, we left our, we left our way of living. We left our culture. And some of the parents, they stopped training their children. They are flowing with what is happening in this environment. Like you've rightly said, charity begins at home. Some kids don't even know how to greet their parents in the morning. And we don't correct them. We look at them because we say, oh, we are in England, this is how we live. It ought not to be so. You don't see Asian people bringing up their children that way. They stick to their culture to the end. You will see Asian mother of doctors, lawyers, pharmacists. They can't speak English because they focus on their children at home. They don't look for anything it's good for us to upgrade ourselves. It's good for us to step up. But you will see most of these Asian women, some of them cannot even speak English up to now, and they've lived in this country for 30 years. Because they focus on home, they use their time to bring up their children. They bring teachers into the house to raise their children, to give them future that they don't have. So this is what I'm going to say about civilization. People should wake up and let's go back to the basic. Let's teach our children home training. When they go wrong, let us correct them. And you remember when we were back home, you can have your child, but other people can help you to correct your child. Or in this situation now, if you correct other people's children, they come back fighting you.
That's correct.
And children are seeing all this, and they grow wings. They start to live the way they want. When you cannot correct your child, when other people cannot correct them, you are empowering them to be what they are like now. I'm so sorry to say. Those are the children that they will go out and walk in anytime. In my situation, when I was young, I've got a deadline of coming in.
Exactly.
You dare not come in after 8 o'clock with my father, because you know you will be in trouble. Let your children know your standard. They're not going to be with you forever. And believe me, all the standard you set for these children, when they grow up, they come back to phone. They phone you back and say, thank God for my mom, thank God for my dad.
That's right.
Because of your rules. They see it. It might be very painful immediately, but they see it in future and they come back to pray for you. And another point I will quickly go into is single parenting. Because being a single parent is not what everybody prays for.
Exactly.
But I will say, my generation, we don't have patience. And this is linked to being civilized. Because when you are in back home, we have the Muslim, they go to the mosque to listen to their imam. Christian, they listen to the pastors. And we read our Bible. The submission thing is no more there. The love thing. The Bible says, husband, love your wife as Christ is the head of the church. And that makes submission easy. But in family, in home, everyone is selfish. People are looking for their own differences. I mean, different, they have hidden agenda, I would say. Husband is raising his own money, is not telling the wife what he's making. Wife is making his money without telling the husband what he's making. Wives are building houses in Nigeria without telling the husband that, oh, darling, I bought this plot of land. It ought not to be so. All these things, we use something. And that is why many homes, they are crying now. Because in back home, husband and wife should do things together. You don't go buy a land and your husband discover later, or as a husband, you don't go buy a plot of land and start to do projects without telling your husband. And that is when everybody begins to protect their own interest. Oh, my husband's got to, he bought a plot of land in Lekki without my name. My wife bought a plot of land in Lekki, Banana Island, without my name. Everybody, they don't have common goals again. They have different vision, and it affects the children whether you like it or not. Wife leaving home, long day. Husband leaving home, long day. And the children knows there's nobody to look after me. Even if I go home, I'll be alone at home. Nobody is finding out. That is when these kids, they look out and become what they are today. And we don't raise our children in godly way again. No prayers, nothing. We don't go to church. We don't go to mosque. We're just the way we are. If you fail to fill your children with the word of God, there are some people out there that will help you out. Lack of supervision, and upon all, busy like schedule. Because people are, you want to own the whole world. You're walking outside what your body can take. You don't even have time to see what your children are eating, go through their homework with them, raise them up. You know, that's why most of the kids here, the moment they are teenage, they don't listen to you because you have never invested anything into their lives. They want to meet you at home. They want to talk to you. They want to say to you, Mom, do you know this person bullied me in school? Then you as a parent go to school with them and say, excuse me, miss or whoever, this is what my daughter or my son told me. Can we find a solution to this? Nobody is fighting for these children, and they took interest in knifing and, behaving. I just pray we will go back to the basics, and God will forgive us for where we have gone wrong.
Amen.
That's all I can say.
Well done.
Emma Betubo, God bless you.
Well done, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you.
Yes, ma.
Thank you.
God
Bless you.
ma.
Bless you. Fantastic. Fantastic, Kola. Fantastic. 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 Now, a typical example of an incident that happened today, and you see that we have gone wrong from home. I'll talk to you about that. Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yes. The caller that just called now, may God bless you, ma'am. May God bless you. She has said it all, mommy. She has said it all. But just one thing I wanted to add, I was hoping she was going to say it, or probably she forgot. One thing I wanted to add to what she has already said is, please, mothers, do not deprive your children from seeing their father.
That is it.
Do not, no matter the circumstances, as long as the father is not a violent man, is not an armed robber, is not Yahoo like we used to call it in Nigeria.
Even some women are enjoying Yahoo husband because they are splashing them money. Some women love money.
Exactly.
So they are enjoying Yahoo husband. The world is as long as they're not violent. My sister, carry on.
Exactly. Please, mothers, do not deprive your children from seeing their father if the father is willing to see their children. I am begging, because if you think about it, a father's touch in children's life is paramount. I cannot stress it enough. It's paramount. I remember the things my father used to do to, like assist us when we were still growing up. Up to this day, I still remember. Up to this day, I still remember. The lady that called here has said everything, but I just want to chip this in. No matter what, if the man is not a violent man, if the man is just emo, I don't know how to say it in English. Probably you will help me to say it, mommy. tí ọkùnrin yẹn bá kàn wà ṣá tó bá jẹ́ pé ó kù díẹ̀ káìtó fún. I don't know how to say it in English. I'm so sorry, people.
Even if it's not working and it's just managing to get things missed, to get.
He's just managing. Please, just bear with him.
Bear with him,
The
exactly.
children need fatherly touch. They need fatherly touch. Just because you and the man is not together, the love is not there, or the man is moved on to another woman, that does not give you the right to deprive your ex from seeing his children. I am begging. I am begging you ladies, I am begging. If you find yourself in that situation and the man is willing to see his children, please allow him. Because the little things that boys see outside, look at it this way, people. If a boy does not have a mentor inside the home, trust me, that boy will look for a mentor outside. Now, who do you want your child, who do you want the mentor of your child to be? Trust me. I work with young children and I know what I am talking about. If a child does not have a mentor, especially the boy child, if he does not have a mentor, somebody he looks up to at home, that child will seek that person outside. That's when you find most of them joining gangs. Seriously, when you ask them, what is your problem? Why did you do this? Why did you join gang? They will tell you, oh, for me to have a coverage. I don't know how to say it in English. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, you're okay.
I'm sorry, people. So please, I just want to chip that into together with what the first scholar has said. She has said it all. She has said it all. So please, mother, mommy, please, we need your platform and God bless you for raising this issue, because it's today that we know. Lucky Dube said it. Only it's because you are happy now because the man lying outside on the street is not from your house. What about if that person is your God forbid Batten, is your son, is your cousin, is your relative? So mommy, we need to stress on this, because Tabawo, if you look at it, most of these people that are joining gang, Tabawo, they don't have that fatherly figure at home. They don't have it. I'm not saying all of them. But I'm saying most of them. They don't have that fatherly figure at home. If a boy has a father at home, or even if he's not at home, probably they are separated, but that fatherly touch is there. Trust me, 99.9% of it, you will see that child will not misbehave. That boy will not misbehave. But if there is no fatherly figure at home, by the time you know it, and with this party that these single mothers go, I'm not saying all single mothers, please do not get me wrong.
That is the thing.
I'm not saying
that is the thing. I'm with you.
With these party things that they go and they don't have time, you just chuck your child in a childminder, or you call childminder to come and mind your child at home. You've got to be mindful of those things. The money that you're using to do Ashwebi every blessed week or every fortnight, can you not invest that money towards your child education? Can you not get a private tutor for your child, or get a private something like your child going to for what's it called, a singing lesson, a dancing lesson, hip hop lesson? There's so many activities that you can pay and just sacrifice that Ashwebi money for those things. Occupy those children with. You and I know that when it's winter time, those children barely goes out. They don't go out, and you need to capture them when they are still young. You need to capture them when they are still young. When they are full grown, a teenager, adults, it's difficult for you to start capturing them.
Exactly.
The Yoruba adage say, That's what the Yoruba they said, meaning that when a fish is dry, it's difficult for you to bend that fish. If you bend it, you're gonna break it. We need to start capturing those children when they are young, when they're still in primary school. Engage them in different activity. The money that you're using to buy Ashwebi every blessed week or every fortnight or minimize that money and invest that money on your children. Apart from school, get them into different activity. It costs money. Yes, it costs money. Yes, it costs money, but those Ashwebi as well cost money as well. So you've got to choose. Do you want to invest in your children or you want to invest in parties? You've got to choose, because those things will have big effects on your children. It will have big effects on your children. We can sit down today and talk about it from today till tomorrow. But if we do not work towards it and do the needful, trust me, next year we're still going to be here and be saying the same thing. And I pray that that will not be our portion in our community. Amen. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
I pray.
Amen.
All these things we've got to put into consideration. All those things. Invest in your children. Get them activity. The boys, there are so many football activities. Get them to go to football. Drop them up in the football field. Pick them back, or you can stay there and watch. Get them involved. Get them involved in community activities. And when you start getting them involved, as long as they are, trust me, when they are teenager, they are used to that lifestyle. It will be very, very difficult for them to shift away from that lifestyle and say that they want to go and look for another lifestyle outside. But if you do not capture them at the trust, by the time they are teenager, they are already captured. Somebody has already captured their mind. Remember, the Bible said, and the devil is roaming, going through and fro, seeking through to devour. And I pray that our children will not be a prey. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
These are the steps. Mommy, we can sit down and talk about it from today to tomorrow, but trust me, if we mothers do not do the needful, God forbid bad thing, that we're going to be here next.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I am wonderful
all right,
topic that we have today and important points that you have raised. Thank you so much, sister. God bless you. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. A test just came in now. There are several tests that have been coming in now. Several tests that have been coming in. I'm going to read the test to you quickly. Hold on, caller. Hold on. Hey, Johnson from Glasgow just sent to me that the Metropolitan brought a Yoruba police officer to lecture Yoruba women in London and tell them to stop calling police for the fathers of their children at any flimsy excuse. The police said that most perpetrators of knife violence in the UK in recent times are people that are from broken homes, and the Yorubas come top. The Yoruba come top. The Yoruba people come top. So you can see that. I'm still going to read that before I leave because I've already marked one of my guys that sent it to me. So please go ahead. Please go ahead. Hello, dear.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you. Good evening to you, dear.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Concerning this issue of gun crime is a very tough issue. And it calls for concern as a parent. We cannot say all single mothers, because single mothers don't train their children right but the Bible says, train up your child in the way of the Lord. He will not depart from that way. I think one can invite the Spirit of God into your children. When you take them to church regularly, you don't walk all the time. Some people just keep walking, mothers keep walking, and they leave the children at home. They don't take them to church. They don't take them to mosques if they are Christians or Muslims. And these children, they go to do sleepovers in their friend's house. And from there, the way they go to do sleepovers, they learn a lot of bad things among their friends. I think we as parents, as mothers and fathers, we need to look into all these areas of sleeping over, of not taking our children to church, to mosque, not giving them the good training that they need to grow up in the nurture and the way of the Lord.
Yes.
Because we just, those are the ways, that's one of the things I see, that most of the time people they work too much and they don't even have time for God.
and they never leave the children to take care of themselves. Like the other day, I went to city center, and I could see young children. They left from school, and they changed in the McDonald's. They just changed, and they just mix in the society. That means where are their parents? Because if I send my own child to school, I expect my child. I know that my child is going to finish high school by 3 o'clock.
Exactly.
By 3:15, I expect my child to be back home.
Exactly.
I expect her to be back home. She knows my routine.
Yes.
If I don't see her, she must account for why she is not back home for 3:15.
Exactly.
She will tell me where she went to.
Exactly.
And she knows that is it. That's the way it should be. And she doesn't do sleepovers. No matter how she has tried me, she said, "Oh, Mom, I want to go for sleepover." I said, "No, it's not allowed. Because I don't know where you are going. I don't know what you do. What you are going to be doing, the kind of people you mix up with, I don't do it." And I always take her to church regularly. I put the fear of God in her. Some people, the single mothers can bring up children well. So it's not about single mothers. It's just the way you train your child.
Yes.
That's basically it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a hard talk, you know. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you. It's a hard talk. As such, you're all entitled to bring out opinion, what you think the government should do, how to improve it, how the family can assist the parastatals, the stakeholders to curb this problem, to reduce the knife crime situation among the black community, the black teenagers in the United Kingdom. It is a serious one. As such, we need your opinion. It's counted. Your opinion on this platform is counted because the video, believe me, the video is going anyway, but you will see it there. But a lot of parastatals are ready to take it because it's what we need in our community, and that's why we are talking about it now. Please go ahead. Hello.
Mommy, I just want to chip this quickly as well.
Okay.
Please allow people to always monitor what their children is watching online. I know most of the kids now, they've got their devices, they've got their phones, their iPad, their laptop, and stuff. The parents should please monitor. Monitor. Highly monitor. Like highly monitor as if you are on guard 24/7. Monitor what your children are watching online.
Exactly.
I just want to chip that in as well. Please.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Adejumo Champion says, forget the church, not church. The male children need father figure, not a pastor that has his own problem and he cannot solve it. Good evening to you, Christiana Adiola. Good evening to you, Miss Wale Ola. Thank you so much for your love and like buttons, Diola and Miss Wale Ola. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, dear. Good evening to you.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yes.
Thank you for this.
Your picture, are you a pilot, a captain of a aircraft?
Not really. Just I went for an holiday and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, please. Please go ahead.
The program on air.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, ma, for the program.
Thank you, sir.
It's a very good concept. I will start by my own point. You know, in this country that we are, we have three stakeholders in the life of every children. We have the government and we have the parent. So both the government and the parent have a lot to do. And firstly, the issue of the law encourages, I believe, if there should be something they should do in the area of law, because to the extent the law encourages a child. For example, when a child will say, "Mom, you are rude to me." So when the mom reacted to that statement, the next thing is that when you report to the government, then they will now say, "Okay, you are bullying your child." How can a parent be rude to his child because he is doing something that is not right? So in the area of correction, the law is a bit rigid for a parent to correct their children. In that area, to be honest, it's a bit rigid. That's number one. Then in the area of I could see some of the callers, they were saying fatherly role. In a situation whereby in a family where there is a bit misunderstanding between the man and the wife, the next point of action is that to separate the man from the family.
Yeah.
Now, how do you want a man to play a fatherly role when he has been distant some meters to the family? How do you want a man to play that fatherly role then? So it might be very difficult for him to come into the life of the child. And moreover, permit me to say this in Yoruba language.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, please go ahead.
They said, Tí ọmọ bá dáa, tí bàbá ni.
Bene.
Tó bá ṣe tètè méjì, tí ìyá ni.
Bene.
But on this, in this part of the world that we are, it's the bàbá ló máa jẹ́ because he bears the surname.
Yes.
So in the area of that why, the government should encourage
Yes.
if there's a little misunderstanding that can still be managed between a man and a woman,
Yes.
they should encourage them to settle that issue, not by saying, okay, it's violent.
Exactly.
Fine. Violence is violent. There's
Exactly.
no limitation to the family, but there are some things that may be, it does a little that can be walked over or talked about.
Exactly.
But instead of doing that, they will say, okay, you have to keep a distance.
Exactly.
So if that one will not be able to contribute, that's another one. Then another point is that most women, permit me to say this, most women are due to one reason or the other, which is personally to some of them. They don't want to see the man around them. So a man that you don't want to see around you, how do you want him to contribute to the life of the child?
Exactly.
There's no how. We're in England, we know most of the things, there are some of the information around in circulating that we see people have done this, people have done that. A man that is trying to be, a man that came to this country for a better life, and a woman is being threatened in one way or the other in order to spoil his career, he has to distance himself from the family. That's another thing that is there. Then when you talk about the social media, again, it's a thing that, hello?
I'm here with you. I'm here.
The social media has enough. It contributed mostly into these issues. Because when you look at it, there are some of information this parent shares. So if a man and a woman, if a parent, they were together, even if a child is asleep in the night, you can pick up the phone, talk to the phone. Some might be proving smart, but if there's a unity between a man and a woman, the father and the mother, one might be playing with the child while the father is taking on the phone, or the mother is doing vice versa. So that's because if you look at the issue of this knife in the society, actually, I'm not being 100% accurate in my research, but I just realize that most of them are either from a broken home or a family that is not in a good organized, it's not organized properly. That's another point. The other point is this: we said we are talking about Christianity. Where we grew up in Africa, before the coming of Christianity in Africa, there's what we call moral. That moral. So everything is not prayer, everything is not Christianity. I'm a Christian, but I'm just saying this. But if you teach your child in a moral way, you will be a good example to your child. When he sees what you are doing, he copies that. But when he sees you that you the parent, what you are doing, you see these children, even they see faster than us. So before you do something, they know what you are doing. So what you are doing to them, they see it, and before you know it, they are copying. They will just think it's something that is nice. So it is we ourselves, the moral value, we should start at our home. That is charity begin at home.
Yes.
So the way we behave, the way we relate with our children, the film we watch at home. Some parents will like action film. Some parents will be watching like action film where they shoot, where they fight. Even some parents will buy guns for their children as a toy. Imagine you just buy a gun. What is the essence of a gun that a child that started maybe at the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, you have been buying a gift of a toy, a gun toy as it no. So there are those are some areas that I believe. So then come to when you have a moral training for a child, then it will be easier for him to obey you into your Christian or Muslim life, because it's the application of your moral life that will bring out the Christianity in you, or whichever the religion you are practicing. So these are the rules that I believe if the government can be a bit flexible in the way. Sorry, let me use it that way. Let me permit me to use this in Yoruba again. They said back home, they said biblically, ọkọ ọmọdé ni
Ní wèrè dì sí.
So if you have a child that is doing bad thing, you can't control that a child. You can't say stop it. You can't say this. You can't say that. Then what are we saying? What are we copying them? That is number one. Then for my time, I will see a mother and a child going to the market. It is even the mother that will carry the shopping.
Yeah.
Those are one of the areas that, but when you say, boy, come and carry this, say, no, you are bullying me. And when he reported that, they will say they have to take care of it because it's not safe in your environment. If a child is not safe under his parent, his or her parent, will he be safe somewhere else? In court? No, they just those are the things that I believe the law is too rigid for a parent to come into this area. What is happening now is as a ramification, to me, to my understanding, is as a result of a rigidity of the law. It's a rigidity of the law. Back those days, when your mom look at you without even touching you, when you look at you with a side eye,
exactly.
You will run from home, you will adjust yourself.
Exactly.
But these days, when somebody look at you somehow, you say, see, you look at me somehow. And the law is saying children is always hard. You have to protect the right of the children, irrespective of any situation. So the rigidity of the law, it has a contribution. The parent has a contribution. The mother has a contribution. So until we realize all this, we visit the foundation of all these things, then we can have a way out. Thank you very much, Papa.
Thank you, sir. Excellent contribution. Thank you. Thank you so much. Before I will take another call, hold on, everybody. Before I take another call, that is a typical example of what happened today when the client came to office. I'm going to take your call, but you have to wait. I put it on because I want you to listen. I'm not going to let you talk now. Let me quickly finish this. I want to address one thing. A client came into the office today. He's a he and came for advice. He has status, is renewing, wife is British, and children are British. All of a sudden, something happened between two of them. I don't want to bring it out what happened. That is none of anybody's business. That is between me and as a lawyer and them. But what I want to disclose to you here is that the impact of mothers in the life of their children is very crucial. Now, the two children that God gave them are boys. Already made, the mother is training them how to lie against their father already. And these children are between the age of 11 and, I don't want to say it, 11 downward. Already, the mom is teaching them, training them to lie against their father. The father who takes them to football club, who takes them everywhere, who look after them, who love them dearly, who buy everything for them, who maintain them, who drop them to school, pick them back from school, who leaves the time to do everything. Something happened between the mom and the dad. That is between them. I don't want to talk about that here. All of a sudden, the mother now starts building the brain of the older boy and said that the boy should go and tell them in school that his father smacked him. Before the daddy will open his eyes, the police have already knocked on the door. They started questioning him. The father asked his son, so person, when did I beat you? He said, I could not remember. So one day, the dad now find opportunity to have time with his sons, both of them, at McDonald's. They were chatting and talking. The father then asked question again from the boy and said, my son, tell me exactly what time and day that I beat you, that I gave you that mark in your body. The boy disclosed to the father that it was his mom that asked him to say it. It was his mom that asked him to say that to the authority. Now, the effect of saying that to the authority, the guy could go to prison for it. And it's all pack of lies. It wasn't a genuine talk. It was lie. And if care is not taken, just because you want to get at a person, or you want to get hold of a person, or you want to have his attention, doesn't mean you have to destroy that person's life. Doesn't mean that you have to lie against that person. She actually asked her son to lie against the dad. But because the father is very effective, very good, and very articulate in taking care of his family, maintaining them without checking, without looking back, and so adamant that I'm not going to let my children grow out of my sight, something negative will have happened to the guy because they will have locked him up. If it's not one of those guys that was persistent and said, listen, I'm going to get to the bottom of this thing. I need to check with my son. When did I? To the extent that the other side of it is what I don't want to discuss here because of moral issue. I don't want to discuss that here. But the impact of mother in the growth of their boys is very important. Don't convince me and say, in fact, in the growth of their children, mothers, you are very important. You should take your role seriously. Mother's role is very important. Please take it seriously. And there is nothing that you make you to say that you want to lie and grow your child's brain to become a liar. I said to you in one of my programs, or possibly when I want to introduce this program on Instagram, I said it when I want to introduce this topic on Instagram yesterday or so, that a guy was sentenced to life in America. You know what he said? He said, "Mom, you have killed me. You are a murderer." How? Because when he was doing something wrong, when he was younger, his father would correct him. His mother would tell the father to leave him alone. It takes two to tango. It takes two to do it properly. Now, for the fathers that have gone out of the children's life, it is not a big deal. Diana Ross brought children of 5 children behind closed door, and those children were all successful. You don't have to bring your children up to media, social media. You don't have to bring children up in the eyes of the public. You can bring your family up behind closed door and still be a celebrity and still be an important person in the society. I personally don't have respect for anyone that puts everything on social media anyway, because there's no need for it. But then when you do so, the case is different entirely. You got to know your line. You got to know how to draw lines. You know, a lot of people are out there on social media. They are crying inside their bedroom. But when they come to social media, they look perfect. They look all right. They look okay. They look beautiful. But deep down in their hearts, in their mind, they knew that it wasn't all right for them. They need a man. They need somebody. They are crying. It wasn't okay. It wasn't all right for them. And they know that they are crying on their children because the children are not behaving very well in the society. Whose fault? Whose fault? The starting point is the mother. I was listening to a program, a Nigerian program one day. It says educationist. The first educationist in your life is the mom and dad. The first educationist before teacher, before government, is the parents. What the parents taught their children when they are growing is important. They will grow up with it to behave with it in the society. Whatever you see in me today, the way I behave, the way I talk, the way I get my nose into things, the way I draw back, the way I shut up my mouth when there is nothing to say, the way I close my eyes from problem in the society, the way I do things, is the way my father taught me. My father taught me when I was growing, do not open your mouth to talk unless you have important things to say. But a lot of people do not know the essence of teaching their children, because even the mother is a loose mother. The mother talk carelessly. So when the mother is a loose mother that doesn't even know when to talk and when not to talk, how are you going to bring up a child, a successful child in the society of these hours of today's date? And it's so important that somebody must know bus stop, must know full stop, must know comma, must know apostrophe when you have to do it. But when you think that what you are doing is right, and you are carrying on, you are going to end up in nowhere at the end of the day. And it's the bottom line. If you don't have something important to say, put your head in your room and train your children. Look at me. I'm not being boast of it. I don't go to parties. When you see me, I put it out on the Facebook occasionally. It means that the clients want to kill me before my time, so I have to answer them. In this year now, I can calculate how many parties have I gone, because it is not my thing. And it's not that I don't have clothes. I have over 20 wardrobes in my bedroom that's full of clothes. So when I wear them as if Christmas is every day. It's none of anybody's business, Kokanye, because it makes me happy. But I'm not a party goer. Because most importantly for me is to make sure that my children are successful. They are well trained. Is it in this period that you don't even have access to public funds to train children in the university other than using your cash, madam? Is that the time that you want to start going astray and doing something stupid and not train a child properly? And when you send a child to university, you want to have the result of going to university because £10,000 is for the EDJ, for the children that are born and bred in the UK for their school fees. That is excluding the accommodation fees and excluding the feeding fees and books and travel, transportation and other things that they will ask you on emergency. Is that time you will have that to start wasting money and start behaving with uncared attitude in the society when you have a lot of money to pay out there? It's about time women need to wake up and know their role and take their role seriously. When a woman takes her role very serious, and put it as priority, you are heading somewhere. You are communicating to the world. But many times we have got it wrong. Shekari mi mamu yon jẹ gbèsè ni. Shebo ti mo ẹlẹ́wà àṣàpọ̀n. A lot of people can't do what they can't manage according to their codes. A lot of people spend more than what they have in the bank account. It's absolutely nonsense. Who are you attracting to? Your children are your priority. And if you cannot take your children education, your children well-being seriously, then who else are you attaching to? Who else are you showing it off to? At the end of the day, we were all born, but we're not born equal, accepted and agreed. But we need to look into this area carefully. It's a concerned area that is affecting the government, affecting the economy, affecting everybody. So we got to work together. We have to work together. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Hello, ma.
Thank you.
Hello, ma.
Thank you. Good evening. Please go ahead.
Yes. Well done. May Almighty God continue blessing you with this, the way you are trying to strengthen our society.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, my own little contribution is a kind of summary because I don't want to take too much of time. It's about, I think the main issue in this situation is happy home, which is very, very important. I think people should really understand happy home starts with marriage. Before you marry, you need to look into the whether you are compatible with someone you are marrying into as a man or as a boy or as a lady or man or woman. And that one will allow you to have like a kind of mind to give in what it takes to be a wife or to be a husband, the time and everything in terms of religious, in terms of culture and societal values. The second point I want to make is about when you, after the marriage, you look into parenting, as in getting kids, having kids. You need to look into that before going having kids. Are you ready to be a parent? Are you ready to give what it takes to be a parent? The time, the roles and responsibility it requires to be a parent. That also goes into religious. You can trace it to religious, what you think is about parenting in terms of religious, as a man, as a woman. Then cultural, wherever you might be from, or part of the world, you look into that. And the societal value as well. So getting all those things together, I think that will really go a long way in helping us. It's a kind of summary, but I think a lot of people understand it better. But I don't want to take much of our time. So, and the people that are maybe they are having problem with in terms of happy home, they should try to trace back their steps and work towards this and correct it. I think that one will be the ultimate solution to that problem, because it's very, very dangerous to us as a society, and it's getting worse every day. People are doing it every day, but it's not really getting the kind of the expected result. So God bless us and give us the happy. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Important point again. A lot of people want to call in. We have almost 160 something missed calls on this WhatsApp already. 160 something. So it basically shows that it's an important topic to people that they really want to contribute on. They want to share their knowledge. They want to impart to society. And I'm happy. Huge missed calls for the first time on this program. We've not had a huge missed call like this before. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, dear. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Good evening. I just want to contribute.
Okay. So you. Oh, okay. So you haven't called me before.
I have.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Can I carry on?
Yes. Yes.
I've listened to what most people have said, and a lot of ideas actually come to my mind. We all have to go back to our first love. Let's remember the first time we first saw that man, the first time the man first saw that lady. Whatever we love in this life, it's worth fighting for. But most of us, we don't want to put any more effort. And the children at home, every minute they see husband and wife having a lot of arguments, they make use of this opportunity. Because those children, they are very intelligent, more than what you can think of. When they notice that you don't speak in one voice, they take advantage of you as parents. And that is what we need to know. Even if we have disagreements, we shouldn't bring it up for these children to notice. Let's look for a better time to sort out our, differences. Otherwise, they would take advantage of this situation and, begin to act upon that. And somebody mentioned that we should not put the pastors or imam into the equation. I don't want to believe that. Because if you don't put, I'm not saying you should take every of your problems to the pastor, but you cannot put God out of the equation and expect that things will become good. Even people that are having these native religions like the traditional, they cannot put what they believe out of the context when they are bringing up their children. So it is very important. Then speaking about the social and cultural problem too, most of us, especially coming from Nigeria, when we first come here, probably most of us, maybe we suffered so much when we were back home, and the moment we find ourselves here, we just want to believe everything that is being said to us without test proving it. We lack information all about this social issue. Even if you smack your child with a relative, if you are the parent, there is no law that stops you from smacking your child. But smacking should be commensurate with what your child is doing. And let the child know, this is why I'm doing like this. The government, they are not stupid. They cannot say, oh, parents, you're not going to see your child, or we're taking your child. It's only when they have evidence of, child abuse and things like that. That is when they can put their feet down and just to protect the children. So I think our people, we need to be well informed. We need more information. We need to be educated. And don't let us put our culture out of it. Most of us are failing in this, including me. Because at home, we don't speak our language to the children. And at the end of the day, there are some things we need to communicate to them out there that you can only pass it on through the language. So thank God now, some of my kids, they understand, but sometimes it's difficult for them to speak it normally. So we need to go back to the basic. Let's teach our children our language. Then another problem which we have is about, and I think it's related to African mentality, about this breadwinner thing. The moment your husband is not winning bread, the wives begin to disrespect the husband. You don't put him in that position of authority that God has put him into. And we should all remember that in this country, most of our husbands, before they follow us to this country, they were engineers, they were, well placed. And that is not the place, the way we treated them when they were back home. But because they're here now, things are a little bit difficult. They cannot really be where they were back home. The wives begin to disrespect their husbands. Do we even know that it is God that is, who will be saying, oh, or maybe the wife is making more money than the husband. If God has not allowed you to make that money, it will not be possible. It will not be possible. And who knows, do we know even it is possible for both of you, husband and wife, to be in this country and not be able to make enough money? But because God has given it unto you, the wife, to make enough money, that doesn't mean you should disrespect your husband. You know, so we need to take to take note of that. And the moment we ladies, we think that we have stepped up a little bit, we begin to join groups. Groups that will not make us to listen to our husband, partying every weekend, failing to look after the children. It ought not to be so. Empty barrels makes the loudest noise. I pray wherever we've gone wrong, to make our next generation to be behaving the way they are behaving, God will forgive us. Let us stand our ground and change. If you need to go back and apologize to your wife, go back and do that. If you need to go back to apologize to your husband, just for the sake of these children, let's get down from our high horses.
Thank you, ma.
Oh, God will help us, ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Fantastic.
Yes, ma.
Thank you. Thanks
Bye,
a lot.
ma.
Thank you. To be honest, I am so happy, overwhelmed with high volumes of callers coming in on a high point of understanding of what is happening in our society, especially among the Black community. I must tell you that I am happy that we have people that understand the problem. You know, I'm so happy that at least we have enlightened people among us calling in and getting involved in this situation. It's very important. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, I've been listening to this conversation, and I'm just going to chip in my own bit.
Yeah.
I'll be speaking in Yoruba and English, so I think listener will have to forgive me. From my own point of view, make some corrections to this issue of children carrying knives and then stabbing each other at the end of the day. When there is a stabbing incident, my approach or my suggestion is because we do have two casualties now when there's a stabbing. The guy that stabbed somebody is another casualty, but a different kind of casualty. The guy that has been stabbed becomes a real casualty because he's gone. If he's not gone, he'll probably be disabled or completely dismembered, right? Now, my own suggestion is this. The guy who stabbed somebody who is a teenager or even less than a teenager needs to be investigated. What is his background? The guy that has been stabbed, we need to know what kind of child is he. Is he connected to the person that stabbed him? Most cases, the two children would know each other. And something would have transpired between them to the point where one would take a knife in their mom's kitchen or in their family house kitchen to go and stab this other person somewhere out there. Now, if any incident happened, Toma Fidi Daimi, Mani be eje kin gbe omo yen joko ele to stab eyan. Kin betu si lokan kin wa bere ejo lowo e, not in a forceful way, but in a manner where he himself will feel remorse for whatever he has done. Now, in Temi Mashi, ni wipe ijoko ti mo gbe ṣe that of punishment. Màá sọ fún yín pé mo mọ̀ pé inú ló ń bí ẹ tó fi lọ mú ọ̀bẹ. But èmi tí mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ àgbàlagbà ni mí tó jẹ́ pé kó tó sọ pé mo ti mọ ibi tó ti ń bọ̀, mo dẹ̀ mọ ibi tó ń lọ.
Exactly.
Now, tá a bá wá ṣe irú situation báyìí, àwọn ọmọ tó ṣàbẹ̀yàn. Most cases, tèmi ti rí so far, I'm not a official social worker, but I have been involved with parents whose children have misbehaved. Not stabbing somebody, but completely out of line. Now, Timba saw background one thing there, mostly new, all of them, mostly one parent family where the dad is not around. That is one major area. Now, Kebalima, emi oni quote figures, but mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ background tèmi fúnra mi. Mo ń bá different communities here, from Ghana community to Nigerian community. Tó jẹ́ kí mi tẹ̀ láchípè ní ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀ ń discuss lórí ètò yín ní pé èmi fúnra mi Yorùbá man ni mí. Ṣó ti yé yín?
Yes.
So the police bá sọ pé most of the incidents are Yoruba social circles. Then ìyẹn mean pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa tá a dẹ̀ kíyèsí ẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Yorùbá system tá a kíyèsí o, but tí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ tó ń gúnra wọn lọ́bẹ ó wá ń dọ̀tí wa. Ibi tó ti ń dọ̀tí wa ni wípé a mọ̀ pé níbi tá a ti wá ọmọ tí ò bá ti ní bàbá, ó máa difficult fún ìyá ẹyọ kan láti tọ́. London ọ̀dẹ̀ kì í ṣe ibi tí àwọn ará àdúgbò ti ń tọ́ ọmọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So ìyá àti ọmọ náà fèsì ara wọn daily. Ìyá jáde láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù ó lọ sí iṣẹ́. Now that guy tó stab èèyàn, most of the time máa lọ investigate personally. Ẹ rí wípé ó tiẹ̀ lábúrò kékeré kan. Now ẹni tó stab yẹn, ẹ find out wípé ó mọ ẹni tó stab yẹn. Ẹ find out wípé parent ẹni tó stab yẹn náà mọ parent ẹni tó stab yẹn. Now ṣe rí ní gbogbo àwọn situations yẹn, bí mi ò ń waste time pẹ̀lú statistics, because one incident is one incident too many. So kàkà kí n máa waste time lórí tí ò sí, aláàfẹ́ mẹ́kù àwa ń gé koríko lókè. Báwo la ṣe fẹ́ mẹ́kù, ó máa yọ ọmọ yín lọ́wọ́ náà. So aláti tú iṣu dé ìsàlẹ̀ kòkó a gbọ́dọ̀ máa waste time lórí pé àwọn parent kan jẹ́ single parent. No. Ọmọbìnrin tó ní ọkọ tó kọ́lẹ̀ ní London tí ò bá ní àwọn support people ní ìtòsí ẹ̀, ọmọ ẹ̀ máa yà pátá. Á dẹ̀ jìntà á di area boy. Kò sí two ways about it, ẹ má jẹ́ ká purọ́ tọ́ra wa. So gbogbo àwọn statistics tí òyìnbó ń quote yẹn láti sọ fún yín pé àwa ò lè ṣe kankan pẹ̀lú society yín, ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ lè ṣe pẹ̀lú society yín. Àwa kan lè help yín débi kan ni. Tẹ́ bá wo àwọn argument tó máa ń gbé jáde tó máa ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ stabbings, wọ́n máa ní pé wọn ò fund ọlọ́pàá tó. The police cannot do much with that. What would they do with funding? Tell me, are they going to check out a kid from his house in the kitchen, putting a knife in his pocket? How do you know that? He's not going to announce on social media, I'm on the way to stab Kunle or Steve. He's not going to do that. So there's no amount of funding of the police that will stop a child picking up a knife in his mama's kitchen and go and stab another one. So ìyẹn gan ni àwọn kókó tó yẹ ká máa wò. Àwa máa lọ sí church in numbers every weekend. Tó bá jẹ́ pé business la fẹ́ lo àwọn numbers tó ń lọ sí church every weekend yẹn, bá yẹ pé business la fẹ́ lò wọ́n fún, àní ní problem. But tó bá yẹ pé a fẹ́ lo àwọn numbers yẹn fi ìdàgbàsókè ara wa, ìgbà yẹn ni pastor máa ní kó wọn ò fẹ́ kẹ́ni kankan wá síbi kó máa train àwọn ọmọ wọn ṣe ń behave. Àwọn ò fẹ́ kẹ́ni kankan wá síbi láti máa lecture àwọn ọmọ over certain things. So ibi tí ó yẹ ká ti mú kínní láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni, so that a ní láti máa blame single mother tó mọ̀ pé tó bá tí wo àti ọkọ ẹ bá ti jà ní London, tó bá ti lé ọkọ ẹ sí ìta, o ti mọ̀ pé kò possible kí ọkọ ẹ tó wà ní ìta kó máa bójútó ọmọ tó wà ní àkàtà ẹ. So àwọn kìíní yìí tó bá yẹ pé àwọn tó ń pè ní wòlíì àti pásítọ̀ àti lèmọ́mù, tó bá yẹ pé tẹ́ bá wà ní church, ẹ ti mọ àwọn mélòó ló jẹ́ pé single parents tó ń wá sí church. Why tẹ́ ṣe kí máa help láti máa wàásù fún wọn ní pé ẹ wo tẹ́ bá bọ́mọ jẹ́, ó sì ń bọ̀ wá tàbá yín o. Mo mọ̀ pójú yín ò lè gbà kẹ́ máa bọ́mọ wílẹ̀ mẹ́wàá nítorí pé ẹ̀ ń dátọ́ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n tẹ́ bá ń dá ẹ máa rántí pé ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá tó ṣì ń bọ́ a fún yín wàhálà o. Ẹni tán tẹ̀ wá tọ́, òun ló wá tó ń jìyà because òun náà stab. Yes. Ọmọ tí wọn kọ́ òun ló ń stability tán kọ́. So níbo wá ní gbogbo wàásù táwa ń ṣe ní week in 52 weeks in a year la fi ń lọ sí church. Kí ni lájorí church? Mi ò understand ẹ̀. Èmi ò wà against the church o, but personally as àgbàlagbà mi ò mọ lájorí tán lọ ń ṣe ní church. Mi ì dẹ̀ mọ lájorí tán lọ ń ṣe ní mosque, because mo ń wọ mosque èmi tí mo bá ń sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ń wọ mosque day in day out. Mo dẹ̀ ń study wọn, but wọn ò mọ èmi. Mo dẹ̀ ń wọ church day in fact mi ì tí ì rí week náà.
Are you a police officer, sir?
No ma.
Okay.
But iṣẹ́ tí mo ṣe sọ fún yín, mi ò kì í ṣe registered social worker, but iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe is to actually check society wa gangan. Unfortunately, tí incident bá ti wá bàjẹ́ tán, tá a bá jẹ́ pé a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ fáwọn èèyàn up front, tá a bá sọ fún pásítọ̀ kan yín pé ẹ wo báwọn èèyàn ṣe yá sí ọ̀dọ̀ yín. Kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé ẹ wá jẹ́ pé máa wá lo 1 hour, máa fi kọrin, máa fi làágùn, ní máa fi jáde ní church ìyẹn ẹ ṣe mọ̀ pé mi ì mú nǹkan kan jáde ń bẹ̀ ṣá. Mi ì mú nǹkan kan jáde ń bẹ̀ because mo wá síbẹ̀ yẹn nísìnyí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ orin kíkọ, nígbà tá a kọrin tán ẹnìkan ṣe wàásù, ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ogun ìdílé. Ṣé ẹmọ tó lọ sáàbì èèyàn ṣógun ìdílé nìyẹn? Kò sẹ́ni tó ṣe náà. Circumstances tó surround ọmọ yẹn ló fi stab èèyàn nítorí pé ìyá ẹ̀gbọ́n ò bójútó, kò ráyè tiẹ̀. Mo ti ráwọn ladies ní church tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní ọmọ 3 years old, wọn ò lè control ẹ̀. Tọ́mọ yẹn bá máa fi di 7 ẹjọ́ irú control wọn náà fẹ́ ní lórí ẹ̀. So tá a bá wá fẹ́ tún kíní ìṣe ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí, iṣó tó ń rùn pa gbogbo wa yìí, because ẹni tó tiẹ̀ ń train ọmọ ẹ̀ dáadáa ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn náà tábà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So tá a bá fẹ́ fix kíní ibi kókó yẹn láti máa bá wọ̀, láti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀. Bàbá tó pẹ̀rẹ̀ ní pásítọ̀, ẹ gbàgbé gbogbo preaching tẹ̀ ń ṣe yẹn, ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ live. Ẹ yé purọ́ àwọn èèyàn because a mọ̀ pé wọ́n láti dáwó fair enough. But tẹ́ ẹ bá ti sòótọ́, ìjọ kan ọmọ pásítọ̀ kan ó lè jẹ́ kóun ló máa stab èèyàn. Because pásítọ̀ gan ò ráyè tán mọ́. Ṣé you understand? So is either kí ọmọ pásítọ̀ stab èèyàn bí kan stab ọmọ pásítọ̀ ìkan méjèèjì. Àbí òwà tán? So tá a bá ti níbẹ̀ in the board, a lè máa sọ pé a fẹ́ mẹ́kù nínú long grass. Kò possible. So ìyẹn lèmi fẹ́ chipping. So àwọn tó bá ń gbọ́ wa kọ́ máa sọ pé ohun ẹnìkan hash jù, ẹjọ́ tẹ́ bá fẹ́ tún ṣe ohun yín láti hash. Because èmi ò tí ì rí lé tó láì ṣe pé ẹ lo harshness. Kò possible. Gbogbo alámọ̀ yẹn náà ìgbà nídìí babaláwo kó sọ fún wa. Ìgbà tó ní wáńgbà kan ló ń sọ nígbà tó jókòó àti láṣà. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe ti wà kẹ́sìn tó dé. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ wo gbogbo tá à ń sọ náà ní church, ẹ̀sìn ìṣẹ̀ṣe wa la máa fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní church. Tẹ́ bá wo gbogbo background àwọn nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ń bẹ̀ yẹn. But kàkà ká fi wá solution, àfi wá solutions. A máa ń retí òyìnbó kó wá fix problem wa. Níbo lòyìnbó tí mo wá rí? Níbo ni kọ́jọ́ wa ti bá tó òyìnbó lọ? Ṣé bá kàn ń gbèlú wọn torí pé wọ́n wà organized ni? Àwa náà ní organization but a ti wá fojú tẹ organization wa. A fojú bíntẹ̀ to the point tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn pastor pàápàá wọ́n realize wípé irọ́ la like ká máa kúrò tọ́ra wa. Àwọn náà wá di masters. Wọ́n wá dẹni tó jẹ́ pé ẹ lè bá sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́, ẹ lè lọ bá kẹ́ sọ fún mi pé bàbá ẹ máa jẹ́ ká tún kíní ìṣe náà mí láì ibi gbogbo kan ṣe ń lọ. Kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n á sọ fún mi pé ẹ lè wà ní church ẹ mọ́kẹ́ lọ́wọ́ church mìíràn. You understand? So ibi tẹ́mi ti fẹ́ ká mú kíní ẹni kókó nìyẹn. Yes, Yorùbá ni mò ń bá yín sọ. But then ìbẹ́yìn náà lẹ sọ fún wa nísìnyí pé nígbà táwọn police tó ń realize pé most of the incidents àwọn Yorùbá people ló ní kíní yẹn wà prevalent láàrin wọn jù. But ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àwọn Ghanaian communities náà. Unfortunately òyìnbó làwọn ń sọ tí wọ́n kàn blow grammar ni wọ́n dé pẹ̀lú situation. So àwa wà ní àwọn kí wọ́n ti ń pe communities yìí face to face ní kì í ṣe pé bóyá mo gbọ́ àbí wọ́n wá fún mi report no wọ́n wá fún mi report o gbogbo tí mo bá yín sọ yìí o real life situation mo bá yín sọ so mo sọ tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa ní seminars lórí children stabbing themselves tábà máa fi wo àwọn parents wọn parents a máa sọ fún mi wípé nígbà kàkà kí wọ́n ṣe mọ̀ pé ní Yorùbá land tí ọkọ tìyàwó bá ń bínú síra wọn a máa jókòó a bá wọn parí ẹ̀ tí ó ti yẹ yín kò sí yẹn ní London kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀ ìṣe la máa split wọn instantly so ibi táwọn kìnìyàn ti ń wá ni à so wá kò sọ́wọ́ àwa òyìnbó ò lè bá wa ṣe kìnìyàn má jà tán ra àwa kan ló yẹ ká lọ yanjú ẹ̀ so gbogbo Sunday ta máa meet en mass yẹn en mass mọ advantage ta lè fi túnra wa ṣe en mass no àwọn tọ́ra wa ní Sunday ni oníkálùkù àmúra lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn àwọn parents kan wà tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò ní owó tán fi ń jẹun so wọ́n sọ tó máa mú ọmọdé lọ sí church ní Sundays which is a good thing but unfortunately they are not learning anything so ìyẹn ní issue wa so àwa la ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa wá jókòó àwọn àgbààgbà náà máa jókòó bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ ẹjẹ́ ká gbà gbogbo à ń fi nǹkan à ń pọ́n ewé níjẹ̀bẹ̀ tó ti yé yín à ń pọ́n ẹ̀kọ́ níjẹ̀bẹ̀ ká gbàgbé gbogbo yẹn káwọn tó ń serious àwọn strategic thinker kan jókòó kan sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó bá ń ṣafẹ́fẹ́ ká gbàgbé bọ́lọ̀ ṣe dáwọn yẹn nìyẹn but a lè ní gbogbo society kí gbogbo akọrí síbi kan náà ká máa níbẹ̀ ẹni tí ò bá ti lọ́ọ̀yà yà ìyẹn ní ìgbé ojú ẹ̀ ti le jù no aláti láwọn tó ju wọn le.
Exactly.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Excellent contributions. Apologies to those who are not Yoruba speakers. I really have to apologize, but it all boiled down to the issue of parental responsibility, and that's what our brother is talking about. So apologies to all comments online that have been complaining about the German language we are speaking. You know, it's okay. It's acceptable that it's a German language. Please forgive us. I have to apologize without being rude. With great humility, I apologize because I realize that it's all for all of us. But the brother that is speaking wants to get this into the skull of the Yoruba people single-handedly. So that is fine, you know. But I apologize to you non-Yoruba speakers. God will continue to uphold you. It's got nothing to do with you, your community, if you're not Yoruba. But at the same time, this is about black community that we are talking about. But this particular caller is pinning it down to the Yoruba people in their skull. So I'm so sorry if you are not with us here. The network is beautiful here. I have no problem with my network because I'm not using network. I am straight away on the data. So I don't have time for network to waste my time. I am using the data straight away. I haven't got time for network at all. So there is no problem with my network here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's crack on with our topic. It's very important. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, good evening, ma.
Good evening to you, sir. Thank you. Please contribute. We're talking about the issues of the crime, knife crime among the black community in the United Kingdom, you know. So we're looking at it and the toll of it on black teenagers, boys especially, you know.
Yes, it's a serious problem. If you look back and you look at some of the causative factors of the killings that are going on, especially in London, it's happening in the UK, but London is particularly more affected.
Thank you.
By the level of its carnage, and it's caused mainly by single mothers and black kids have failed to have good upbringing. A father figure lacks in the house, and you end up having children who don't have a sense of direction, don't have good role models. And it's a serious problem. It's a massive problem. If you look at most of the high crime spots, like Peckham, like Hackney, like recently this boy was killed in Hackney. These are kids who are brought up in estates where they're brought up by single mothers, unemployed, uneducated, not very good upbringing. You see, no discipline in the house, no authority in the house, and you end up having children who are fascinated with rap music and watching all this gangsters kind of lifestyle, American lifestyle, and they want quick money, they want quick things, they watch a lot of videos about bling bling and wearing jewelry and wearing trousers falling down and driving expensive cars, things that it's glamour, it's a fantasy world, you know. If kids are brought up in such a way that they don't have good education and they are watching all these videos of rappers and all the videos are promoting is crime, is violence against women, is drug use, is nudity, is pornography, is everything to do that's in the social vice. So these kids are not brought up. The information that's fed inside them is wrong. You see, so. Like, if you look at the London fires, what caused the London fires? That story that took place whereby shops were burned and youths were communicating using BlackBerry Messenger. You know, after Mark Duggan was killed in the streets. When Mark Duggan was killed in the streets, what happened is we had the London fires that spread all over the whole of the UK, and the youths were communicating on BlackBerry Messenger. And the mothers were inside the council estates in all those tower blocks telling the kids, go back and loot. And they were breaking into Argos stores and coming back with flat screen TVs and throwing them inside.
I remember. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
And the parents were standing on top of the balconies telling them to go for more. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things which are causing the problem. The kids have no sense of direction because they don't have a father figure in the house. Obviously, there's no corporal punishment. That's the law of the country now. You're not supposed to touch a child. So if a home does not have an authority where a child has somebody that they fear, whereby they know that there's ramification for wrongdoing, so a child is brought up not fearing anybody because obviously discipline starts from the house. So if there's no authority in the house, there's no authority in the school. I come from the Yorkshire area. We had a teacher who was killed and was stabbed in broad daylight by a group of kids in the class. She was about to retire. They stabbed her to death. You see, because what's happening is that there's no authority in schools. There's no authority in the home. And what's left? So if a child is brought up in such a way where they're fed with such negative information, they're watching rap music, they're watching condoning of violence, this sort of thing, the drugs, they want quick wealth, you see, and the older adults are pushing them to do these things because what happened is these children are not, these are things they learn. They're not born like that. They're not born violent. It's the information. You see, we are a product of our environment. Your personality is determined by how you are brought up, what you're exposed to, your age, your education, your gender, your religious belief. Everything molds a person to be what they are. And where they're brought up plays a significant role. Yeah, their home, their neighborhood, everything. And if you look at the areas like Hackney, like Peckham, like Sydney, Sydenham, Croydon, all the areas where the crime is at the highest level, Brixton, these are areas where they're mainly ethnic people, mainly black people. The highest level of unemployment, gun crime, underage pregnancies, STDs, everything that is negative. These are areas that are underdeveloped. And when we don't have good role models, you look at the Asian families, they try to educate their kids as much as possible. You know, the parents sacrifice their lives, they stay together, and they bring up a child. If the man is opening up an off-license at 5 o'clock in the morning, selling cigarettes and stuff, they will make sure they educate their child until he becomes a doctor. They work very hard for their kids. And we don't have that level of motivation. Black people are not very united. We need to have that level of unity where we work together. In Yorkshire, we have shops that are selling women's products for hair products, but they are run by Asians. Asian women are not using these products. They're not buying wigs. They're not buying extension. Why can't we sell those products? Why is it that an Asian man will sell things to a wife of mine that he will use? You see what I'm saying? We don't have that unity. If a black person opens up a business selling hair products that women use, it's the Asians who will buy them, who will sell them, not Africans. You see what I'm saying? So that's my humble thought, lawyer.
Fantastic, my brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for the input.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Lawyer.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Wow. What an eloquent, confident person. Apologies to single parents there that are talking, but let me tell you, we have to call a spade a spade. What needs to be said needs to be said. The police officers that mentioned it, they know exactly what they are saying. The statistics is proving it. A lot of problems we are having in the society is as a result of parents that failed their children. They failed their kids. They failed completely gallantly. The society failed, organization failed, church have failed completely. How many times has church introduced a kind of a seminar in this manner and invite us to come and talk about it? Call the community, invite. So church itself, you have a lot of work to do. Churches in the United Kingdom, especially the Pentecostal that have large crowds, black churches in the United Kingdom. I think you need to do something more about this thing. We are ready to do the speech. We are ready to make announcement. We are ready to talk. And that's why we are out here. I think the society failed. The parents have failed the community, they failed the society, they failed their parents, and the society itself have failed the individual citizens, failed the subject by saying that father should not smack his child, father should not smack, and they're allowing the child to go to school and lie against their parent. It is very, very bad. It's very bad, and you should not condone it. So society failed us. Community failed. Parents have failed as well. You know, churches, you have failed completely in terms of not looking at this problem from day one and preach about it in the church and encourage families to come together, encourage them to bring children together successfully. All churches in this country, black churches, Pentecostal, CNS, CCC, all of you need to wake up. It's about time that we need to work together, collaborate together, and bring something vital. Professionals are ready to talk. Invite us into your organization, church, lawyers. We can talk. Social services. The police are ready to talk. You know, what is affecting the society is what we want to look at without being arrogant. I think it's about time we talk about this in the organization that you are running there, church especially, where you have your crowd, you have people coming every day to worship. Where is this? People come to church. You know, a lot of parents come to church and leave them behind. They don't take them along. You know, you cannot serve God without doing the necessary things. Morals is very important, and it's very difficult to please God if you don't know exactly what you are doing. So at the end of the day, to please God, you have to do what God wants us to do. If you go back into the Bible and into the Quran, you will look at our fathers in the Bible, in the Quran, how they bring their family together, how they manage to control it, how the women are subjects of a good role model in the house, how they subdue to their husband, and by being and having that respect for their husband in the house, and call them daddy, daddy, daddy. Today, when you call your husband daddy, your friend laugh at you and say kilo soleno. They laugh. Or when a woman even call her husband or a partner daddy, oh my they just do this for the sake of just getting money from him. It's all crap. It's all nonsense. What needs to be done properly. And if you can't call him daddy, dear, sweetheart, there are names that you can use out there, and people follow it. But the most important thing, whether you're a single mother or you're a married person, what needs to be done has to be done. As a mother, I have to tell you that we are the role model that needs to take care of our home. And if we fail gallantly, because charity begins at home. It's got to be done from the background instead of us pushing it to the government all the time and pushing it to the police. The police are folding arms because they are tired now. So we need to control our community. Nigerian community, Yoruba community, where do you have your community? Who is leading it? That's the thing. Who is leading the community? Who is in charge? You cannot even say. You can't even say. It's Yoruba community. There is no head. It's all health and scatter. Everything just litter around. There is no head within the Yoruba community. There is no building for Yoruba community. There is no hall. There is nothing. How are you going to have meetings? How are you going to raise children together? How are you going to do things together? If people are together in uniformity and come together, you know, your children, there is no problem children marrying each other. But because if you don't raise your children properly, of course the one that raises our children or his children properly will prefer his children or his child to go and marry from external body instead of marrying his own tribe, because you have been so careless with the upbringing of your child. So we have to look into that. There is nothing bad in it. The Yoruba do marriage and marry each other, friends and friends. But lately, if you look at some of the films now, they are reality, they are real life. My child cannot marry your child because of what? Because you are not in my class, or you are not in my standard, or because you did not bring up a child that can fit into my son's shoes or my daughter's shoes, you know. And those are the things we need to cater for. We need to look at it. Pastor or no pastor issue, we should leave pastor aside. You understand? And focus on our parental responsibility. When you're talking about the pastors, about the imam, how much can they do for you? But then at the end of the day, they can bring us together, organize a kind of a seminar, a kind of a talk, and allow people to come in, parents to come in, and educate people and tell them exactly what is going on. I'm sure a lot of people will attend that kind of organization or a kind of meeting like that and bring out their opinion, how we can encourage them. The way the country is structured itself, it's a problem in the first instance. Because when you compare the way it's structured here to back home there in Nigeria, you dare not talk when your husband is saying something. Yes, because if you talk and you talk down onto him, he will take his shirt and go and not come back to the house. To hell with you. But in Britain here, because he wants to get papers from you. So it makes his life so difficult and unbearable to manage. But you dare not manage it in Nigeria with him. And even if you build the house together, hell, you know, not talk down at him. Because if talk down at him, his family will say, Ilio mommy. From there, you are creating an arena of problem for yourself. So what is worth saying is worth saying, and saying it very well. And when it's not worth saying, we should just shut our mouth and seal it. It's not about we condemning single parent, but it's about we encouraging that we should come together, bring children up in a very stable environment, tell them to be in the house. I've told you when I was going on a Halloween night, 31st of October, why would a child be in school uniform at 8 o'clock when I was closing from office, and that child was still there? Even me that stayed behind at 8 o'clock as an adult, as a lawyer, as a professional person, I was working. And my family are checking on me at the same time that, are you okay? I hope your car is not far from the office where you parked. You understand? But how can a child be at outside there 8 o'clock in school uniform? And when a child is in school uniform, it basically means that it's under 18. Please. And when a lot of people are complaining and talking now, talking back to people that are making mention of single parents, you're talking. You have right and opinion to talk, but please listen and take correction on board. And that's the only way we can move things forward. We're not condemning everybody at the same time, but we're saying that statistics is showing. Even the police have said it. I have it with me here. They've said it to me. Many people have sent the statistics from the police to me. And I've told you, I won't come out and talk if it's not an issue. But it's a great problem. It's an issue that is an epidemic now. And when we say something is an epidemic, believe me, it is at the moment. And it's got to be talked about. And as a lawyer, I stand corrected. We need to talk about this and see a way forward. And that's the only way we can assist government to calm the situation down. Our name is like a chewing stick. Our country, our tribe is like a chewing stick in the mouth of the government and mouth of the parastatals out there. Kilode, are we the only one? It can be done, it can be corrected, we can do it better. But there is no uniformity. That's the major problem. You know, there's no uniformity. And when there's no uniformity, look at somebody there. I've just blocked one idiot there saying that he doesn't want to listen to this program. They should bring Biafra on. Is that what we're talking about here? That's so insolent. Why would you say bring Biafra on when we're talking about life and death here, something important? And talking and said that, I don't want this program, bring Biafra on. We're not talking about Biafra. We're not being rude to any tribe or nationality or religion. We're talking about important thing, life. Life. In my language, when the family that are affected, they're not going to have it laughable matter. They're not going to have it as a laughing matter. And I'm sure majority of the family that are affected, their relatives are online listening. And somebody is making a joke here and telling me that they should bring Biafra on. Hell no. Hell no. For how long are you going to grow up to understand situation and understand real life, reality? We're talking about reality here. And nobody's laughing. It's not a laughable matter. So please, let's sit tight and get our head into the topic again. Please go ahead.
Hello, lawyer
Ekale Olagbaye. Yes, Olagbaye.
No, Mr. Oyile alone.
But I'm saying it's Tokunbo Olagbaye.
Ben, because I've been one of your clients around 2011.
Yeah.
Which I came to your office to visit, and I was today I'm very thankful. I have to be very honest. This program you're talking about is a very, very big issue that I'm so grateful that I turned on Facebook to be able to listen to what you were talking about. Because believe me, sometimes I feel like this country is cursed when it comes to the things going on in this country. There's no this country supports so much bastardism in the way that if we black families are not very careful about how we handle our home, and most especially our black women, we know women are given powers in this country, and their misuse and abuse of power is the reason why a lot of our black kids are becoming what they are becoming today. First of all, a child that doesn't have the fear of his or her parents will never fear God. Because I was raised by my own both parents, and I don't know God. I've never seen God face to face today. But the fear of my parents led me into knowing God and fearing God and looking at how do I deal with my neighbors, my brothers, my sisters. You see, the thing that our women are the greatest problem we have right about now. Because they have the support of government, in every area, and they abuse power. They abuse power, and when they abuse this power, at the end of the day, they make men life miserable. And why making our life miserable as men? Because I'm going to tell you, there are some women that physically abuse men right in front of their kids.
Okay.
And they will tell the man, if you do anything, I'll call the police on you. Police are going to lock you up anyway, because once a woman calls, the police come and just lock you up. So these women have actually grown with that mindset of having to raise our kids like that. Now, a child didn't grow, and especially for our boys, our black boys are getting stabbed every day and getting killed because what? They did not grow with a full parental care. Now, the full parental care is very important for every child, because a child that did not really grow with a father would not know how to live with a man. And this is very important, because at the end of the day, our mothers, our women are trying, actually. I have to be very honest, but there are some certain things that you do not speak to children about, that they have to grow and watch it. In school today, they tell them, they've even brought some crazy ideas into the student syllabus, teaching them about gay, lesbianism, and everything like that. Sometimes I'm very shocked when my 12-year-old daughter comes home and talks to me about these things. And I'm so shocked that they actually brought that into school syllabus. So now, when we, apart from that, when we have all these things going on, and police, sometimes the women will deliberately cause problems for those men, because maybe the man is looking for papers and stuff like that, and they make that man's life miserable. Then, when police come into these matters, once it's black family, police want to separate the family straight up. That's what happens. But when it's white family, they try to settle the matter for them. Now, the women don't understand these things, that they are trying to promote a lot of bastardism in our black community.
Wow.
Because of the fact that we as blacks, we smack our kids. Because I'm not going to raise a kid and my kid is going to tell me, "Dad, fuck off." Because he's going to get a lick, I never told my dad. So the moment our children begin to look into their, and one thing about this is, you see, when these women break up from their partners and render these children to grow alone, they keep telling their child, "Oh, it's your father. Your father did, it's horrible." But during those periods, you bring in different men into this children's life, in and out, in and out. After a while, they grow up to a certain stage whereby your words do not control them anymore. Now, those children are not the baby you used to feed those days. Now they become a grown-up adult or teenager. And sometimes they grow really big that even the mom have to look up to talk to their kids because they are so giant. Now, when the kid is grown up to that stage, and you've not been able to put the fear of God in that kid's life, because our ancient fathers lived a very peaceful life because what they had the fear of God. And one thing says in the Bible said, "Honor your father and your mother so your days may be long." Our children don't do this. This is why they're dying young. But the logic there is, when you don't listen to your father and your mother, when you don't have respect for them, it brings sudden death. It's not that they will die suddenly, like the Bible says, but things will happen that will make them die. But at the end of the day, we need to understand this. Look at our young girls these days. They get pregnant just anyhow, especially our black girls. And I'm going to tell you, the most destroyed family in UK today is black family. Even the whites are even holding on to their family and the relationship a lot more these days. So now, the thing in black family now has become a kind of trend. Oh, I'm a single mom. It's a trend now. Like, it's something that is not what's been shameful about. And when our women are having about 6 kids with 6 different fathers, and those kids are growing up, baby father 1 come, drop gift, baby father 2 come, drop gift. You can imagine how messed up them kids are going to be. So when a young girl grow up from the age of maybe 6, 7 to the age of 16, 18, she's grown up seeing her mom with maybe 9, 10 different men and different relationships. How do you expect such a woman to settle down maritally? Because she would eventually copy. You see, my parents are married for 54 years now. And I'm married to. And the only reason why I could stay in my marriage, no matter what, is because my parents my parents live that kind of life for me to follow. That's where the motivation comes. But you see, the problem is when a man, as I'm saying, when a woman grows up without a father in her life and go marry a man, she will be a problem in that man's life. In what sense? Obìnrin tí ò bá ti gbé pẹ̀lú bàbá àti ìyá ẹ̀, àdánwò ló máa ń jẹ́ fún ọkùnrin. So àwọn ìyá yẹn wọ́n ṣe é sìn ní wọ́n máa raise àdánwò ọmọ, either as a man or as a woman. They will raise them and throw them out there. I've seen the situation of my neighbor that the boy beats his mom to the extent the mom has to call police. Now, at the end of the day, not long ago, the boy got stabbed and dead.
Oh my God.
In same Hackney. So now, the most important thing I'm trying to explain here is our women need to understand that they are the owner of the home. It doesn't matter if the man has the property or not. Obìnrin ló ilé. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn obìnrin wá sọ ilé tíjọba fún wọn, wọ́n sọ di hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì. Wọ́n sọ they turn it to a house, not a home. They do not create a home for their children. So when you have lived a life whereby your kids have grown up seeing different men, even sometimes some different violent men come into your life and beat up your mom and walk away, then kids grow up as well, messed up in the head. Sometimes some of the kids go through abuse, sexual abuse as well, from their multiple partners, and sometimes they can't say these things, so they're messed up in the head. So now these children grow up with the anger of rejection. That they sometimes, all their mom says to them, "Oh, your father walked away and left you." Some deport their husband. They make their husband get deported. And most of these women, they were not born with British passports. They came all the way from Africa. That's why I said, when our African women come into England with that poverty mentality, take any opportunity to stay in this country like this, like they've never seen it. You see, I'm going to say to you, you hear me? And don't want to work máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn mi òyìnbó ni ó fẹ́ má fẹ́ èèyàn dúdú wa olórí burúkú gbogbo wọn wọ́n máa fi ojú kú pé ìgbà tó bá gbà fún yẹn tán gan òní mọ̀ bí a kò máa dúpẹ́ kó máa sunkún. Now these days when our white black man and a white woman on the street, they give you some dirty look, but you give them a piece of your heart, they will break it, they will rip it out like pizza. They do pizza. So now at the end of the day, our women need to understand that they have the power. They've been given the power, yes. But before you begin to exploit that power and abuse it and manipulate it, remember your children. Because ojú àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ báyìí láti máa ìyà jẹ bàbá o. Láti àwọn ọmọ ọ̀lẹ́sọ̀ ọkàn. Ìyá ni a ti sọ fún àwọn ọmọ, a tún kóòtù àwọn ọmọ pé ẹ parọ́ mọ́ bàbá yín. Ọlọ́pàá lè tì mọ́lé. Because ìyá ló ń control ilé. Báwọn ọmọ ò bá listen, there will be a problem. Now, when they abuse all this power at the end of the day, what end up happening? The children. Some women say, "Oh, I don't care, I successfully raised my child." Yeah, you will successfully raise the child. Sometimes you might be lucky. But have you created a platform of marital settlement for that child? Because ọmọ tí o bá ti dàgbà pẹ̀lú bàbá àti ìyá ẹ̀, àdàbí ọkùnrin àbí obìnrin tí o watch daddy and mommy grow up together, àdánwò ló máa ń dì. Everybody tó bá pàdé, ìgbóná. So this is actually increasing the level of bastardism in this country when it comes to our black community, our black population. So this issue needs to be really ironed out. Because nobody came to this world with any silver or gold. We came naked.
Yes.
But when you say, "Oh, because you have British passport or this and that, then you're going to manipulate people," and some women, they don't even do that. Some women just get pregnant with random men just to increase their benefit, so they can get a house. Tabanka wọ́n sìn tọkùnrin bá wá sí ìlú yìí sìn ó ṣòro fọkùnrin láti dèríwè obìnrin kó tó fẹ́ díẹ̀ bí ọkọ̀ kó tó lóyún ó ti gbalẹ̀ o kó tó bímọ ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wà settled. But for a man, it takes a very, very long journey to get there. But at the end of the day, why some man is trying, most of these men, they even got sọ̀rọ̀ kan wọ́n sí ẹni ní Nàìjíríà ọkùnrin àwọ̀ ṣẹ̀tì ajáde lọ ni ó lè má padà wá mọ́ but here you cannot do that because you are controlled by ọ̀rọ̀ ìwé yìí. Kìíní yẹn obìnrin mi ti control life ọkùnrin to the extent pé ọkùnrin gan ó ti bínú mo ti rọ́kùnrin jẹ́ pé obìnrin yẹn ó dààmú life títí ọkùnrin ó ya passport yẹn. Ojú ló ṣe gé biometric tó dà sí lójú pé kò wá láì kò ní dáa fún ẹ ó ní fi mí ó ní pààrọ̀ ọ̀gbẹ́ yẹn ó make statement kan lójú mi ẹ̀rú dẹ̀ bá mi ó ní ìyàwó òun fẹ́ tìtẹ̀ òun bíi Esau and Jacob tó tàbùkún ẹ̀ torí àṣàrò. So àwọn Yorùbá and I will be more concerned with our Yoruba women ṣẹ́tẹ̀ èmi tó máa sọ pé okay especially churches. When a woman say, or a man say, I'm a pastor of a church, and you don't have a wife, you don't have a settled home, then how do you preach to your church members about marriage when their marriage is splitted? Or when they're having problems? And as a any problem, get the couples one lost the pastor one. Pastor goes to pastor she might be 1 year mama so. She might die one. So I don't know. That's why nation lower cursed in you. I be black people lower cursed because me want to go in there. Because no matter how much you fight to make sure that your kids grow up with you as a father in this country is very difficult because our women are programmed and the police gave them that power, the government gave them power, but they gave them that power to make, just to empower women. But at the end of the day, a lot of women abuse it. Because a lot of women in this country, especially our black women, they're power-hungry, manipulated people. And don't grow up. A girl growing up and seeing how much her mom is manipulating men, she's learning. She will actually think, oh, yeah, my mom achieved all these things because of her manipulation, and she will grow up doing the same thing to different men. So now, if you notice it, most times, that's what's happening in this country. You see, grandmother, she had 3 baby fathers. The children too, maybe like 4 or 5, and it keeps on going that way. And there's no shame because why? Because if it was back home, in Nigeria, everybody more àti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó lẹ́ni fẹ́ gbà mí wàhálà ni ká máa sọ pé at the end of the day ká máa sọ pé nílùú yìí they don't care because at the end of the day ìjọba ń tọ́jú wọn ń gbowó ń gbórí ìṣí so wọn ní that use for ọkọ wọn ti wá gbàgbé wípé ọmọ tí ò bá at the end of the day these children they are learning ọmọ tó bá rí dáàdi àti bàbá àti ìyá ẹ̀ tó ń kiss ní gbogbo ìgbà tó ń súnmọ́ra wọn kò ní sọ pé òun fẹ́ lọ jẹ́ gay àbí òun fẹ́ jẹ́ lesbian because orientation yẹn ti wà ń bẹ̀ fún straightforward from daddy and mommy seeing them doing their thing so mindset, Luma project back into the child, and she wants to be like that. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó bá lé bàbá wọn jáde, ó tún mú boyfriend wá tí boyfriend bá ẹ̀sùn, ó tún bọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀sùn. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀fẹ́ lómi nǹkan ṣe gan-an bisexual ló lọ fẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọkọ kò mọ́ pọ́kọ̀ ń gan, I'm sorry to use the word, kò mọ́ pọ́kọ̀ ń dòdì. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọkùnrin tó bí ló ti bá sùn. Now see how the messed up in the head. Nígbà tẹ́ bá rí black kid wa tó rìn lójú títì tó ń rọrìn tó ń sọ wọ́n belebele bí obìnrin. Ṣé tí bàbá kan bá wà ní láìpẹ́ ọkùnrin wọn fẹ́ wà ní láìpẹ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ tó máa fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ òun nígbà tó fẹ́ tó mọ̀ pé ọkùnrin fẹ́ wà ní láìpẹ́ ọmọ ẹ̀ tó máa láwọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀ grow up and live like that. Àwọn obìnrin wọn nímọ̀ ibi tọ́mọ ẹ̀ ti ń rọ́ bí ìyá nígbà tẹ́ pé ẹbọ́kùnrin kan sìn láàrin obìnrin márùn-ún bí ìyá bímọ mẹ́fà. Gbogbo ojúmọ́ ọkùnrin yẹn ó grow up with pant and bra ni àti lipstick because nígbà tó bá wọ àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n àdàkùn rẹ̀ wọ́n tọ́ nígbà tó bá dé wọ́n sọ fún ọkùnrin lè ṣe bóbìnrin ìgbà wo ni ò ní di bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé bàbá wà lé ní tó fẹ́ máa motivate ọmọ as a son.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you, fantastic. Thank you. I'm very impressed. You've hit it on the head, and you nailed it straight away. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm a living proof of that. You are a living proof of that.
Hmm.
I'm a living proof of that. So, you know what? At the end of the day, we will nílùú ìpẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ olóbìnrin dé àfìgbà tí mo bẹ̀ sí ní tí mo dá wà tí mo ń live alone. Àlàáfíà yẹn wá wà At the end of the day, because criminal record gan le jẹ́ kó ríṣẹ́ gidi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, wọ́n ti bàjẹ́ mọ́ lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n fè ní wàtìmọ́lé, ọ̀la wàtìmọ́lé. Ìgbà wo ni ìgbà tó bá gbàgbé ọ̀hún gan sẹ́fù? Kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe? Bó lọ sí yunifásitì, bó lọ sí training, tó ṣe everything. Nígbà tó máa gbaṣẹ́, wọ́n ṣe kíní check fún DBS. Nígbà tó bá ṣe DBS, ilẹ̀ kún domestic kúnlẹ̀ bí ẹni. Wọ́n ló fẹ́ gbà síṣẹ́.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you for your contribution. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, that was a long conversation, long input. That's almost 20-something minutes he spent, because I looked at the numbers, I look at the time. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, hello, dear. Good evening to you.
Oh, thank you very much, ma. And thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
I just want to talk about a few points.
Okay.
I know the single mothers online are saying that not all single mothers. We know that it's not all single mothers. We know. But statistics is saying that most of the stabbing that is happening around the black community, most of them are from single mothers' home. That's what statistics is saying. It's not as if that mommy just came online and just start, saying it out of, our own, thought or something. Statistic, that is what it is saying, that most of the stabbing that is going on in England, they are from single parents' home. And most of them are basically from Nigerian community in UK. And Yoruba in particular is very, very high. Go online and read it up yourself. It's not as if mommy is coming here just to talk about it. No. Go online and read it yourself.
Exactly.
Take for instance the boy that killed the army in Woolwich and chop off his head. Is it not Yoruba? It's Yoruba. Have we forgotten that so soon? And precise, fathers as well, we need to wake up as well. Fathers need to wake up. I know if you and the mother are no more together, I understand. But still, you still need to do your fatherly role.
Exactly, to be responsible for their kids. Yeah, he needs to be responsible.
You still need to be responsible, because at the end of the day, those boys are carrying your soul name. You still need to wake up. You still need to do it. Trust me, in this England, there are laws that favors men as well, single fathers as well. It's just because you guys don't know. If a woman is stopping you from seeing your child, whereby you haven't done anything wrong, trust me, you can take that up with the police. You can take that up in the courts, in the family courts. You can take it up. Don't just give up if somebody is threatening you that they will call police, whereby you haven't done nothing wrong as a father. If you haven't done anything wrong, go report your wife, report your ex to the police that he's not allowing you to see your children. Trust me, they will fight for you. They will fight for you. Except if you're running away for child benefit, child support or something. I don't know how they call it. Except if you're running away, and which most men do. Once they know that they are no more together, they stop working. They're working privately. They don't want to use their NI to work anymore, so that the government, the child supporting agency, will not be able to trace them and collect money from them to the children. If you are not one of those, you need to wake up and fight for your children. Because your children, they need you. Whether the children is he or she, they need you. They need you. They need your input. They need you. They need you to tell them that it is okay. They need you to tell them that yes, you can do it. They need you. They need you in so many aspects. Don't just say because you are no more together, that is it. No. Money Yobani Ojati Omobati Woti Diokutani. That's what the Yoruba say. I don't know how to say it in English. I'm sorry. But single mothers, don't be selfish. If the man hasn't done anything wrong, maybe you guys are not gelling, are not clicking, and everybody goes their separate way. Please do not prevent the child from seeing the father. Do not prevent the father from seeing their children. Don't do it. Don't do it. And Yoruba community, we need to wake up and act fast. If not, like Mommy said, this is just a tip of the iceberg. Yobani kese lati rikasa kasambo. Maybe, God forbid, but who knows that the next thing, children will be killing their parents, stabbing their parents. Who knows? Like one caller said earlier on, he said, when the children don't have a father figure or something, they seek it outside. I understand that the churches are there. I understand that the churches are there and stuff. But trust me, the love that you're going to show your children, no man outside can show your children that love. Take it or leave it. The love that you're going to shower your children with, no man can shower them with. The prayers that is it, Mommy, what is called ashe in English? Ashe.
Blessing, isn't it?
The blessing that you install in your children's future, your children's life. No man can put that. You have the authority as a father, as a mother, to install blessing into their life. Not any pastor. You have the authority. Because you are the caretaker of those children. God has given you those children to look after them, to nurture them, so that they will glorify His name at the end of the day. And you will get the well done from God. Back to single parents again. I will not take long. Back to the single parents again. Don't say people are chastising. Nobody's chastising single parents. Nobody. But statistic is saying that most of the things that are happening are from a single parent's home. So if you have to sit down and find out, check and balance what is going on. If the man is not responsible, I understand. But if the man is responsible and the man doesn't want to be with you, fair enough. But let that man take the role of the father for his children. Don't deny. And fathers as well, you've got to step up. Be a man and step up. If you do not step up, trust me, God is going to judge you. It is not, I'm not swearing or I'm not cursing, but it's the fact. If you do not step up and you just let it blow and you just let it go and saying because you are not much together, but I don't know how to say it in English. Oh, English language, come on now. You've just given her, you've given up that whatever, she can do anything with the children, you don't care anymore. Trust me, God is going to judge you. God in heaven is going to judge you. Step up. Like I said, if you find yourself in the situation whereby your spouse is not allowing you to see the children, take your spouse to the court. There's family courts there. Report your child to the social worker. Report your spouse to the social worker. Report your spouse to the police. That the spouse is stopping you from seeing your children, and see what the government is going to do about it. There is law guiding fathers as well. If you don't know now. Read about it, ask questions, speak to your solicitor. They will tell you. That's if you're responsible. If you're a responsible father. But if you're not responsible, then trust me, God is going to judge you. And single parents as well that is stopping their spouse from seeing their children because of one thing or the other that does not have anything to do with their children. You might be fighting with your spouse, but that does not mean that you will stop your spouse from seeing their children. It does not mean. Let him see the children. Let him take the children. Let him do the fatherly role. Let him have the fatherly role in those children's life and see how it's going to be. As woman, do you want to walk and die? Glory, you don't have any glory anywhere. If God does not give you glory, you don't have any glory anywhere. Just because you want people to say, you are doing it alone, you are doing it alone, you are doing it alone, you are a single mother, single girl, independent, then you're depriving the man from seeing the children with your own selfish interest. Come on, just wake up and let those children see their father and allow the father to be a great dad in those children's life. If the man is willing to do it. Mommy,
yes,
carry
my
on.
dear.
God bless you.
Thank you. For bringing up your platform for us to express, our views in this topic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And I pray that God in heaven will
Amen. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, ma.
God
Bye,
bless you.
ma.
Bye, dear. I will not be able to take more calls anymore. As you can see, I have gone behind my limits. I will take this last one as a warning and I will switch off immediately after this. I will take this one, but I will switch off immediately after this one. Please go ahead quickly.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you, dear. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
I would like to contribute to this topic. It's very interesting and it's quite unfortunate about the things happening in the Nigerian community. Is very, very sad. But I think mostly people are blaming single mothers. Can understand that even in homes where the moms and dads are there as well, there are so many dysfunctional homes as well among Nigerian communities. Because for myself, I can only speak for myself. I'm a single mom as well, and I'm raising 3 boys on my own. Because everyone have their own stories. Yeah, because while I was still with my partner then, my ex-partner, my kids were really going out of control and things like that. And I'm still in a home with a man. They've got a dad, they've got a mom, and things were not working. But all I just want to say is whether you are single or you are still in a family, let us be honest with ourselves. When we need help, if you are losing control with your children, go for the right support. Cry for help. Even if it's within the parents in the home, the father and the mother as well. Ask for help. Because all this thing that is happening, there are so many help out there for people. Because mostly when I speak to Nigerians and mostly people from black community, black minority community here in the UK, there are so many help out there. But just because we like to keep our business to ourselves, we want to feel like, because of our culture and things like that, when things happen, we like to always sweep it under the carpet. Even some homes, you'll be surprised, even Nigerian homes there in the UK, you find issues of parents abusing their children, and I mean sexually. You have fathers abusing their children sexually, and the family would rather sweep the issue under the carpet to be like, this is a shame to our family, nobody must hear about this. At the end of the day, the child grows up to be an adult and she'll have to live with that problem for the rest of her life. Whereas there are help out there for her that she can go to, that she can get support to be a better person. So many homes are there, father, mom, and one thing I want us to understand as well is we are talking of single mothers. We should understand that so many of the single mothers, they are coming from violent relationship as well. They are coming out of so many things. And some of them have been so damaged. I mean the single mothers now. Some of them so damaged emotionally, mentally, and in so other ways. Some of them have low self-esteem. And raising up kids, when you yourself as an adult, you've got your own personal issues to deal with, is a lot of things. All I have to say is, if you are a parent out there, if you are struggling, ask for help. It doesn't mean that you are a bad parent or you can't cope or something. Things happen. We are all different. Some people are stronger, some are weak. Some people, all they need is just a little push and they'll be fine. But as Africans and as Nigerians, let us put our pride apart. Let us put our differences apart. Even if you are having problems with your partner or you don't agree on things, but when it comes to the children, put everything apart. If you need help, if you need someone to mediate between you guys, for the sake of the children, because all I can see that all these children are coming out from very unhealthy relationships, and it's taking a big toll on the children. All what these children are going through, we the parents, let us face it, single, married, whatever you are, we are the cause. Because children model things from the things they see, not even what we tell them. Most of them is what they see. You see some children, they'll be at home, they'll be quiet, they'll be all of that. But they are watching everything that is happening. The minute they are out there with their friends, everything they've seen in the home, everything they've seen wrong about their parents, they go out there and they are doing it and they are doing worse. And some parents are out there as well. You know what your children are up to. You know what your children are doing is not right. Please, look for help for them. It doesn't mean you failed. It's only when you don't go for help. That is the only time you have failed them. Because help is out there. That's one thing I'm sure of. Here in the UK, help is out there. It's a cry for help. If you as a parent, you need help with your children, go out there. Ask for help. If you are struggling with yourself emotionally, ask for help. You can't be a good mother. You can't be a good father if you yourself, you are not good to yourself. Let us be honest and face it. Nobody is going to have it put all together 100%. No. Even I myself, sometimes I lose it. We parents at some point, we lose it. But always ask for help. These children, all I'm saying now is a cry for help. These children need help. It's not time for us to say, oh, the women are chasing the men out, oh, the men are being irresponsible. No, let us forget all about that. We've done all what we can do to ourselves, and this is the result of who we are. Even back home in Nigeria, it's not any better. It's even worse. Because people can't speak up. But regardless of whatever we are going through, let us think of these children. They are our future. And I'm sure we all came to this country for a better life. We want the best for our children. If we really, really want that best for them, then we should be getting the right support for them. At some point, my children were being sent out of school because they were getting out of hand. Why? Because all the violence going on in the home, the arguments, shouting, screaming, and everything, they were picking on those things. And as a parent, I'm a Christian. I'm a true believer and everything. I was praying and praying and praying, and it was like God wasn't even answering me. And the solution is not just prayer. The solution is for the children to find themselves in a healthy environment, a stable place where they can be the best they want to be. Okay. If the home is being troubled, ask for help. If you as an individual, as a parent, you are struggling, ask for help. Help is out there.
Thank you.
These children.
Miss...
Because it's not just about is my child or your child. All these children, they are our children. Because at the end of the day, oh, Nigerian, we are all Nigerian. Regardless red passport or whatever passport we are still Nigerian. And people will still put that on hold.
Miss Blessing, Nana Kankam want to contribute from from a different perspective. I want to encourage Miss Blessing, Nana, to call in a Ghanaian origin. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Miss Blessing, how would I know it's you? Because I was going to go off now. Miss Blessing, Miss Blessed Franklina Nana Kakam. Miss Blessing, oh God, this is going to be a bit difficult. Miss Blessed Franklin Nana Kakam from Ghanaian origin, Ghanaian origin. I want to encourage you. If you are the one calling in, can you let us know? You know, Miss Blessing, I'm calling out. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Thank you. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Good evening to you.
Hello, morning.
Good evening, my dear. Please lower your device. Lower your own, yeah, so that I can, the public can hear you.
Oh, sorry, ma.
Okay,
I've
thank you.
turned it off.
Thank you.
Good evening, ma. Thank
Good
you
evening.
so much. I just want to appreciate you because I've been watching you for quite a long time.
Thank you so
and
much.
I've been following you, and you're doing such a great work.
Thank you.
I've listened to the program, and basically, I'm not a Nigerian. I'm a Ghanaian.
It's a black problem, black community anyway.
It's a black community.
It is a black community. Jamaica, Nigeria, Uganda, Ghana. It's a black community problem, but majorly they're just trying to let everybody control their community. But it's within the blacks. Because some of the video that I saw through some of the people online, they were between Somalia boy and another boy again from, but they are all African descent, they are black in skin. And majority of the problem, the one stabbed recently is a Jamaican origin, the one stabbed previously is in Nigeria, so it's blacks.
It's blacks. Now, it's just because I've been listening, I hear what people were saying, and it was just like they were kind of like making it to be as if it's all based on Nigerian. And, that was how I was feeling. And I just want them to know that it's not only Nigerian children. We've got Ghanaian children. The whole of this year, from January up to today, there's been 20 Ghanaian boys. We got one that we buried last Friday. And right after Friday, the next day, 2 of them also were stabbed.
Jesus.
So, yes, mommy, this is just only a week ago. So basically, this thing is a black thing. And now this is where I'm going to go on as parents. A lot of us were talking about single parent. Yes, single parent is contributing to it. But I just want to say something here. Most of our black men, once the marriage is broken or separated, they'll leave the children to the women. This is what I found out from my own community. And this is something that we are going around now, trying to talk to the men, that it's no more, because the women alone, God did not create women at the head. God created men at the head, and we the women, we are the neck. So we are meant to support the head. And so when the head is out, the neck alone cannot hold and fix the problem. I'm a single mother, my husband is deceased, but yet still, my children are kept in a different, and I know the way to control my children. And by the grace of God, they listen and they are not on the street. Now, mommy, our environment, the areas where we are living is also contributing to it. Because most of us, what we believe in, or most of we, the black people, what I've seen is that we are more into parties, we are more into, caring for ourselves, enjoyment, and leaving our children. Some of the parents will leave their children Monday to Friday. You've worked for over 12 hours, 15 hours job. Got back home, the kids are already sleeping. Now on Saturday, when we are meant to spend time with the children, early in the morning, we are out there. Oh, I'm bed. We are going engagement. We are going wedding. We are going this. I'm not saying that we are not supposed to celebrate, but we should put our children's priority first. And this is one thing that is contributing to this. Some mothers and some fathers will wake up in the morning at the weekend, lock the children in the house, and they are outside from morning till midnight, one party to the other. There are some parents, they've never been to their children's school. For Parents and Teachers Association meeting, they've never got involved. When there's even teacher and parents meeting, they don't even go. How would you know? Some of us think that it's only about giving them clothes, buying expensive things for the children, and that means that we are showing them care and love. No. We need to love these children. We need to talk to their mommy. It's not about screaming and shouting. Because the way that we were brought up home is the exact way that we want to use over here. No, you lose that child. Because the street is out there, they are ready to groom that child. They're going to show that child love and affection out there, whilst we don't. I know most parents will say we don't want to be friends with our children because they are not of your age. No, your child should be your number one friend. So you could be the only person that child will come and confide in when something is going wrong. We have to give the children, the way for them to see that my mother or my father is there and is ready to listen to me. So if I'm going through any situation, if I'm going through any challenges, the first person that I need to go and speak to is mom. But sometimes I know because of our stress as well, when these kids come from school, mommy, they want to even tell you what happened at school. Mommy, oh no, leave me, I'm ready. Some of us, we are ready to go and watch the African movies and what have you. We don't listen to the children. So it starts now from, a little research that we did, it starts from the age 7. The age 7. If you don't start to control them, if you don't start to be friends with your children, if you don't start to tell the children, put them in the right line from the age 7, you don't wait till when they are 12 years, it's not going to happen. They're already out there, they've gone. Because the gangsmen are out there, they are ready to groom them. And so this is just what I just call to, advise us all as mothers and also as fathers. I'm pleading on our black men. They shouldn't leave the children on the women alone. Mommy, it's so sad how many men even read to their children at night before they go to bed. How many men will even say good night to their children? And so this is where these groommen are getting them. Let's change our ways. Let's change our ways. The way we are bringing our children up here. Especially, I'm a single mother and I've seen it. And so I'm talking as a single mother. Most of us single mothers, when these men go out as well, we want to use, maintenance, child support and all that, just to scare them away because of the bitterness, because of the pain that is in us. But remember, it's not about you, it's about the child. We should put the children first and put away all our own, self-centeredness and selfishness that we have as women. We should let it go and care about the children now, because the rate that the kids are dying, black children are dying through knife and gun, is absolutely unbelievable. This year has taken over. From January up to today, it's 139 children. Out of that 139 children, how many black children? 35 black children. And there's more going on. Last week, Edmonton, on Saturday, 2 knives, the next day, 2 guns. And all those were black children. And so this is the little advice and my contribution that this is what is going on. We the parents are, say it again, mommy, we are number one to be held responsible for this that is going on. Because some of us, the way that we are bringing up our children is not right. Let us put them in the godly way. Let's put our children in the godly way. Don't tell the child to go to church whilst you, the daddy, you are not going. You are sitting at home watching football and turning the TV up and down whilst you are telling the child to go to church. No, let's lead by example. We should stop the over bear. It's too much. The over bear is we are exchanging our own joy with the life of our children. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. Fantastic caller. Fantastic. I would not be able to take calls anymore. My head is already I can't. Oh no, I can't. I can't. I'm really sorry. I cannot take calls anymore. It's very, very it's a topic that attracts a lot of viewers and a lot of people, ideologies and opinions. But at the same time, I am tired. There is no way I can carry on taking calls anymore. I want to appreciate all of you. But before I leave you, I want to leave you with something that is so important to you and I. Is that we should know the whereabouts of the kids, where they are going, who they are going to, what they are doing out there. Keep an eye on them. It's very important that you keep an eye on your children. Like I said to you, when the child is in school uniform, and still around at 8 o'clock, it is obvious that child is under 18. Let me hear him out or her. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, good afternoon. Is the program still on?
It's still on, but quick.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my name is Toyin. I'm calling from London. I'm a social worker by profession.
Thank God that I picked your call.
I'm so happy that you're addressing this topic tonight, and I will wish for it to be something that will be used as a
as a channel to educate Nigerian men, because this problem stems from the men. I would say, I'm a woman. I'm not speaking because I'm not saying this because I'm a woman. But what happened is Nigerian men. Nobody is saying you should engage in a relationship when it's not working. It's fine for you to walk away from a relationship, from a toxic relationship, but you do not walk away on your own children. What is very common in Nigerian culture is once they turn their back on the wife, they turn their back on their children. They don't even look back. And we look at West Indian, they will be baby father to 10 mothers, but they will be involved in all those children's life. They will take the woman to court simply to have contacts. I've had a program in the past where I've tried to educate Nigerian men that, look, even if you're no more in a relationship with your wife, you can drag that woman to court to have contact with your children. Because most Nigerian women, they will use that as a way to get to the man, not to let the man have contact with the children. But these men can go to court to seek order to have contact with their children, even if it's once a week or twice a week. Have that quality time with your children. This is exactly where the problem is stemming from. We need to address it even before the marriage breaks down. What is the man doing in the house? Are you spending time with your children? How many times do you go on a mini holiday, even to Butlins, with your wife and children? It is only the woman that will take the children on holiday, will take the children to football, will take the children to swimming. Do you spend time with your child? You don't need to spend money to spend quality time with your children, even if it's washing car with your child on a sunny day. That is good. You will notice any changes in your child's behavior. Even a very fainted smell of cannabis, you will notice on your child. Fainted smell of cigarettes, you will notice on your child. You will notice that slight changes in your child's mood, then you'll be able to address it. But when you're not responsible, when you're irresponsible, you're waiting for benefit money from your wife, you're waiting for your wife's wages, how is that child going to respect you? What sort of example are you leaving for the child? It is a big topic, ma, and I will wish for you to use this as a way to educate our culture, maybe every week or twice in a week, to be having this topic, to enlighten the men, to let them know they have rights. The law will protect them as a father. If they have parental responsibility, they have equal rights, just like the woman.
Powerful.
It is a very, very deep topic that needs to be addressed. We want them to be a role model. No woman wants to raise a child around a man that sits in the house not doing anything, around a man that is only shouting and nagging in the house, but doesn't have relationship with the child. If you don't have relationship with the child, you've not earned the child's trust. You cannot tell that child to sit there and the child will listen to you. But if you have relationship with that child and the child is trusted in you, you will be able to say, okay, I want you home by 3 o'clock, I want you home by 4 o'clock. The child will take whatever you say and abide by it. But if you don't do it, you're coming home the next day yourself. How do you want to tell a child to come home at 5 o'clock and that child will come home at 5 o'clock? It is a big lesson, ma, that needs to be addressed. I don't like to see Nigerian children, especially Yoruba children, coming into care or going to go and remove from home. There is supervision order. There is lots of ways. No government it is costing the government money. No social worker wants to be writing hundreds of pages of reports to court. Everybody wants to support these children in their home. Engage with the service, support, be there for your children, engage in your children's education. If you're attending school meeting, that will also count, will be weigh against you if you're going to court. Oh, these parents are very good, they attend meeting. Then the judge will look at that, like, oh, they're actually involved in their children's education. Ask Nigerian men, how many of them attend parents' meeting in school? None. Only few. I won't say none. I'm sorry to you to have used that. But only few, even though the year group that their children is, ma. Please, I really appreciate that you are addressing this. Please, once these children are excluded from school, that is when they're vulnerable. That is when all these gangs start recruiting them. Let us start addressing. It is a big issue that needs to be unraveled, ma. Please, that is just my contribution. Sorry, it's something that taught in Kamilara for a long time, and I'm so glad that you're addressing it tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma. God bless you, ma.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, bye.
Bye. Hello? Is this MC King?
Hello?
Is this MC King?
Yeah, it's MC King.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to shut down after your call now, but the reason why I'm allowing you to call because you said I'm a man. I need to contribute because women should not be blamed alone. That's the reason why I allow this call. If not, I want to shut the phone down. But please go ahead.
Yeah, why I need to contribute to this issue is that as a man, I've been with a lot of friends. I see how some men talk to their wife, the way they handle their home, the way they take their wife as a slave, the way they talk to their children. We the men, we need to wake up. That is simple truth. We need to wake up to our responsibilities. I was listening to a program. People were calling in from from Italy, from France. All these gigolo guys, they will give a girl pregnant, they will run away, and that is not a lie. I've seen many guys that are like that. You need to wake up. If you're not ready to take care of a child, you have to control your mister and know the way you behave. And if you're a father, you have to respect your home. You don't take your wife as a shit. Some people will be talking to their children as to be animals. You have to study a child. You know when to talk to a child. You know when not to talk to a child. You know when to beat a child and when not to do that. Some people we take the responsibility and leave it for the woman to take care of. I have a mother. I know what it takes. I'm a nurse. I've gone to psychiatric home as a nurse. I saw the majority cause of mental problem in women is all this heartbreak from men and all these things. When they start narrating their stories like this, you try to find out that the problem majorly comes from the man leaving the home for her to care about and molesting her on top. We the men, we need to wake up. That is simple truth. Single mother or not single mother, for a woman to disrespect you, you have to ask yourself, number one question, are you keeping up to your responsibilities? You are a man, you answer a man. Is it just having a child or impregnating a woman and you can't take care of that child? You're answering a man. And when it comes to the men thing, you say, I remember I'm a man. That is so silly. So we the men, we need to wake up too and take to our responsibilities. When we are kids, I remember how many parents I used to attend to the children, the student meeting. Talk of when I was a teacher in Nigeria. I know how many fathers used to come to contribute to this thing. They don't even used to show up at all. They leave everything to their mother, to the woman. You see, the woman will be running from market to come and attend the child meeting, as if the father is not existing. We father, we need to show care to our kids too. If we don't show care too, that male voice is needed. When a man talk, that fear will be there compared to a woman. So my contribution is we men need to wake up too. It's not leaving everything and blaming the women. Yes, every woman, society has made women to go to school too, so they wake up to know their right. So you, the man, you need to channel this thing. There are some things you need to abolish in your life. You need to abolish that mentality that a woman is a slave. How much do you pay for the dowry? How much do you pay marrying that woman? So people take that mentality. You have to keep it aside. You have to work as a friend, work as a colleague to take care of your child. Thank you for picking my call.
Thank you.
Nice day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Fantastic. Wow. 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 Bravo. 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 But to the last caller, I see his point from a different view entirely, you know. And then I don't even know what to say to all those who called in because they all have points, honestly. And bravo to all of you. And to those who are online, Bravo. Way forward, and in conclusion, way forward. Way forward. Way forward. Charity begins at home. That's the way forward. Charity begins at home. Let's keep our eyes on our kids, on our home, on what is going on. And by this, we'll be able to know exactly what they are doing outside our mind, outside our brain. You know, make friends with them, get closer to them, know what they are up to. A lot of kids get bullied on their way to school, but they can't come home to talk because there's nobody to talk to. There's no mom have gone to work, dad is gone to work, or they're living apart. There's nobody to discuss with. Like one of the callers mentioned earlier on, when they cry to another shoulder, the shoulder they cry onto might be a wrong shoulder. And as a result, the kid, that child probably trained wrongly by the shoulder that he cried onto, which means that they start sending him on errand that is not worth mentioning here, you know. So ladies and gentlemen, our home is our life. Women, I'm not blaming single parents. No, I don't have the audacity. I don't have the capacity to blame single parents. I'm talking to all women entirely that women, we need to hold our home. We need to know what the kids are up to. We need to be grateful to God with whatever we have and manage it substantially. The topic I may talk about next time is to ask questions about whether welfare benefit has an impact in the matrimonial home, in relationship in the UK. Because when government money is there, are we saying that it's affecting our relationship with our partner, with our husband? And that's what we'll be looking at next time. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate you. I want to say thank you, well done to all of you for being online since we started. Some are still there, glued with me since we commenced this topic at 5 o'clock. We are 3 hours on the dot, 6 minutes to the time. It'll be 3 hours. So I want to recognize all of you. To all those who contributed to the topic today, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. To those who like and share, thank you so much. God bless you. To all those who are showing me love and those who are making comment there, well done to all of you. Trinity Multimedia Studio, you just come on board. Thank you. Maria Lashley Doriva, Dio Johnson, thank you. Comfort Okria, Olayinka Olisha, Eniola Wale Ola, thank you. All of you, I want to say thank you, Yinka Cotton, thank you so much, thank you, Ibrahim Okola Onshonibare, thank you, Trinity, thank you, Felix Ashoro, thank you, Omonigo Akigbe, thank you to all of you, Mrs. Florence Ikpeme, thank you, Ms. Olayinka Olisa, thank you. I can only say thank you to all those that are coming up now because I can't scroll back, no time anymore. Ms. Shileka, thank you. Mami Temi, thank you. Mr. Edward Olawale Ogunfolaju, thank you. Oluwatomi Kafayat Leah, thank you for being on this beautiful platform of ours. Ms. Idayat Eniola Olowoshile, thank you. HRHB Favor, thank you. Miss Adesha Adepeju Aderonke, thank you. Miss Ajoke Lawal, thank you. Olanifo Shade, thank you. Dumila Adeopeyemi, thank you for uniting with us on this platform. We look forward to see all of you again. Miss Prince Tokumbo, thank you. Prince Olubumi Oyekami Adoroyu, thank you. Miss Arirume Aworejo Ashiru, thank you. Miss Maria Lashley Doriva, thank you. Ifedolapo Bashiru, thank you. Miss Daniel Brenda, thank you. Yinka Cotton, thank you. Adebimpe Mama Famak, thank you. Abraham Jademik, thank you. Christiana Nwadeba, thank you. Thanks to all of you. Dayo Tunde Ido, thank you. For those who are looking at me that say they cannot comment, I want to appreciate all of you as well. I don't know the reason why you guys cannot comment. I didn't touch anybody. Those that I block, I know those that I block. I never block you. So I don't know why you can't comment. Prophetess Jesu Tony Adewale, I don't know why you cannot make comments here, but I didn't block you. Jimo Balogun, thank you. Julie Figuera, thank you. Ebony OQ, thank you. Yemi Stars, thank you. Arirume Sharu, thank you. Taiwo Adekunle, thank you. Miss Kazim Awotunde, thank you. Christina Adiola, you may have gone, thank you. Yinka Makosko, you are not here, thank you. Bashirat Anike, thank you. Dio Johnson, thank you. Love you too, guys. Love you too, everybody. Josephine Grover, thanks to all of you. Shelobe Seliobeli, thank you. Prince Tokumbo, thank you. Prince Eniola Wale Ola, since we started, you never left your hand off from the like button and love button. I love you too as well. May the good Lord continue to love you more than I love you and continue to shower you the blessing of love that you have showered me on this program since I started. God bless you bigly. God bless you. Miss Tonia, thank you. Miss Enoge, Miss Angel Gold, Daily Lawa, thank you. Thank you. Lukman, Miss Biobaku, thank you. Yami Toto. Queen T Babs, thank you. Mary Unene Otidike, thank you. Olaide Mojisola, thank you. If I miss your name, I'm really sorry. There's too many names to mention today. Abiodun Idowu, thank you so much, Prince Tokumbo. Thank you to all of you. Thanks, Mr. Adeosun, Ganiu Kotun, Miss Olajire, Shuetan. Olajire Shuetan, Ade Shuetan, thank you. I know you have gone offline, but I know you've been pressing the button heavily. So thank you so much. Pastor Afolabi Michael, thank you. Blessed Franklin Nana Kam, thank you. Akinlotan Olaosun Abibola, thank you. Miss Josephine Grover, thank you. Miss Beatrice Coles, thank you. Miss Shade Akinrele, thank you. Angel Good, thank you. Basurat Anike, thanks to all of you. I've got to go now. Thank you. Eniyan sha laso mi, humans are my clothing, and I'm so happy when you are online, when we're doing this kind of informative program. It's very, very important that we inform each other, we put it on board. If we have pastors there running Pentecostal, I think we should collaborate and have something like this get done. Pastors online, please, in the United Kingdom, all pastors, because overseas appreciate what we do more. I don't know why. So pastors online, I think we should start collaborating to have a kind of a meeting whereby we create a kind of a situation whereby people will come and have this topic again in your church, but we have to bring a lot of people together. So ladies and gentlemen, I will not love you less. Please come on board and let's work together. Pastors in the United Kingdom, my hands are open for you. We're ready to kick it and crack it on. You understand? We can be a lawyer. Ability to do it differently is what we're looking for. So you cannot copy what Okumo Olagbaye is doing, and I cannot copy what you are doing. I am not a pastor, but I can preach more than a pastor. Sometimes I can talk more than them. So please, let's create an arena whereby we need to empower our people. We need to create an initiative. We need to open their eyes. We need to educate them. We need to encourage them how to keep their homes together, how to avoid domestic violence, how to avoid reporting to the police all the time, how to be the father of their children, and stop having laying eggs all around and having child everywhere. We need to do that. How to stop beating their wife and stop turning their wife as if they are a slave or as if they are nobody. We need to stop that. You know, men and women are humans and they are born before God, and they even if they are not equal, but in flesh God created us, and we should have respect for each other. So ladies and gentlemen, I cannot say, but I know that there is a problem in our community. There is a problem in the society. You and I need to wake up. You and I need to do something about it. We cannot keep quiet and pretend as if we don't know that there is a problem in the community. God bless United Kingdom. God bless Nigeria, and God bless you all. Thank you. Bye for now. Blessed evening. Until tomorrow on Naija 101.1 FM at 2 o'clock British time, where you will meet me on how to regularize your status. At that time, I'll be talking about immigration rules, laws, how it's affecting us, affecting our people, the migrants in the community, in the country, in the world at large. So I'll be dealing with immigration and nationality law on Naija 101.1 FM at 2 o'clock British time tomorrow. Until then, remain blessed and enjoy your evening Friday. Don't do what I will not do. I love you guys. Bye for now. Bless you all. Bless you guys. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.